Oh, yeah. See, we plan ahead. That way we don't do anything right now. Earl explained it to me.
Now, say my name.
Looks like you got some kind of alternate universe in there or something.
Yeah. All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up. That's never happened to me before.
I've been waiting for you.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Two of you need help.
We most certainly need help, everybody, on Deadwire Live, number 36. We got a full crew ahead of us tonight. We got our normal Steve Fodor from Too Much Scrolling. We got Chad, Mr. Peterman, Skeeter on sound with Skeets. And we also have our friendly little neighborhood Tremors buddy, Levi, Dylan, Burslav, Louette.
Oh, you were so close. I'm just gonna let it slide. Let it go. Let it go.
Well, thank you for joining us, Levi. How you doing there, buddy?
Oh, it's welcome. How are all 5 of you guys?
Doing good.
We are here.
I could complain, but we don't have that kind of time on this show.
We'll let your internet complain for you, Steve.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's the premise for my new idea for a show.
Oh, and what is that new show, Kevin?
We'll just call it The Bar, where we all get together and just bitch about our problems.
I'll drink to that.
I do with that all the time.
Do we have enough time in a day for all 6 of us?
I've got some website. I've got some URLs for that if you want them. The first one is hellofellowstranger.com, and the other one is probably not, but maybe.com.
Oh, and then thathernia.com.
Oh. Ow. We'll get halfway through somebody's problem. That's all the time we have this week. Next week, we might get to Skeeter's problem.
Dealing with
Then
that
the following 2
karaoke
weeks will be
singers.
Kevin's problems.
I've got this great big wart on my ass.
Don't get us pulled off of YouTube already.
Do I pop it or do I pinch it? Is it
Squeeze. Gentle squeeze with the tweezer.
No, I thought you had to pull it apart with 2 fingers, you know.
As I'm opening up my fucking gummy lifesavers package.
Is that what you're calling it now?
Yeah.
I've heard of the rails, right? You know that there are rails because we're already off them.
I think I just watched the number go down. Nope, it went back up. All right.
No rails.
Yeah, well, we're jumping onto the 3rd rail at this point, everybody.
Yep.
Well, Kevin, you want to get us kicked off today in style?
Kicked up. Oh, sure.
Oh, you have a job to do, I guess.
I suppose.
What?
Starting us off again, of course, with the bad news. Tragic obituary this week is Terry Garr. Golly, she passed away at the age of 79. We knew she'd been sick for a little while.
Yeah.
And she'd still been working all the way through her time fighting, but she just kind of succumbed to it eventually. And I'm glad she's not sick anymore.
Yeah.
But it's like Fodor, you were talking about her earlier this week, and just what a wonderful, bright person she was.
Just standing toe to toe with the comedians that she was there. She was on. For Young Frankenstein, she was a shining star in the middle of such great talent. You go as far back as McCloud. She was fantastic, standing next to Dennis Weaver, going toe to toe. Mr. Mom, my God, what an amazing comedian she was. And yes, she's been sick for almost 20 years, and I'm so glad that she's not sick anymore, but what a loss.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She was just, you never saw her in anything and you're like, oh, she's in this. It's always, oh, look. It's just, it's this enduring warmth that you feel when you see her name in the credits or you see her face on the screen in general.
You made me think. I forgot she was Mr. Mom. That was a good. Thank you for that. Like, oh shit. Hey.
and Keaton is working on, or I'm sorry, Michael Keaton Douglas is working on a Mr. Mom sequel, and boy, now I don't know what
really?
that looks like. What would that?
No.
I didn't know what it was going to look like before, and now I really don't know what that's going to look like. Is she passed away in the storyline? Oh, and then comedy.
And then comedy.
Yeah.
It's going to be Mr. Grandmom.
Tragedy plus time equals comedy. So.
I agree with that, but is this Full House at that point? Is that what we're,
Yeah,
we're
pretty much.
watching?
At that point, I want my Multiplicity sequel.
This also could be where the Vulture goes after he gets out of prison. We don't know.
Yeah.
That's true.
And then Birdman, is Birdman there too?
And the Never Happening Again Batman sequel.
I've never seen Birdman, and I really want to, but at the same
you
time, I
would
don't.
like that one.
Very
It's
good.
a good one.
It's excellent.
Unbelievable.
Is
Yeah.
it okay?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I have not seen The Flash. I've still not seen that. So
I
You don't need
won't.
to. You're fine. You're fine.
okay.
Walk away. Walk away.
If you just want to watch the Batman stuff, just skip ahead about an hour in, watch like the last 45 minutes, and then skip the last 15.
Yep.
You're good.
Okay. Terry Gar.
Yeah, loved her. Loved
Absolutely.
her.
Mom and Dad Save the World too. I don't remember
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was in that too. Yeah.
I remembered Young
know.
Frankenstein and Mr. Mom.
Young Frankenstein will always be cemented in my memory that she is that movie, her and Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frost in the hay.
What knockers.
Oh, thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Help with the bags. Sure, I'll take the blonde. You take the one with the turban.
The turban.
Acid for the first time in college, we watched that movie. And we had to rewind a few scenes, that one included, a few times, because we were laughing so hysterically. And
That's why you had to rewind. There was no other reasons for rewinding.
I got dosed. I didn't realize.
Oh.
It wasn't until I saw the picture of Pulp Fiction, Uma Thurman's legs were bouncing back and forth as she was smoking. I'm like, hey, wait a second. Start doing some math in my head, who got the color copy of Young Frankenstein? Huh.
All of a sudden, the equations are flowing from your mind.
Yeah. Is this why they put me on a time limit to get back from the store? Those cheeky
Yeah,
bastards.
probably, Kevin. And you didn't rewind it, so you got assessed with that fee.
No, it was my VHS. That's why I was really confused. Where the fuck did they get a fucking color copy of this movie? This is cool.
Quentin in color correcting.
Yeah. Anyways, on to happier news. Steve, I'm going to pass this back off to you. We have another update to our popcorn bucket.
Nacho boat.
Oh my
God. Big don't get ahead of me, Levi. Don't get ahead of me.
I'm sorry.
Big news in the popcorn bucket industry this week. As usual, 2024 is the year of the popcorn bucket. Levi's already got the joke written in his head. We are going to see the blue wave of popcorn for Moana 2, and we are all, Levi, going to eat out Moana's nacho boat.
It's nacho boat.
Oh my God.
All I could hear is Homer Simpson, not Joe Man.
I want to be a nacho man.
In the Navy. No, that's a different boat.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God.
I gotta say, okay, I'm looking at the image on my phone. What upsets me about this is the nachos are stacked, next to each other right there.
So
I don't like
an
that.
Oreo container.
You
Yeah,
don't
I
need
know.
any hands for the boat. You just can use your tongue and get one at a time.
No.
So you have to aim the boat towards your front and go and give it a lick.
Give it a lick.
It's like a landing strip. I'm just saying.
Sponsored by Fun Dip.
I don't need to lick Moana's nachos, man. That's too much.
Oh my God.
And I got Fritos jalapeno cheddar dip in the fridge that I've been working on.
Wow.
There was no
Oh my
doubt that I was
God.
reporting this directly to Deadwire. The moment it came out, the moment it crossed the wire, I was like, I have to eat out Moana's nacho boat. That's just how it has to be.
Oh man.
Oh, God.
Hashtag brand new sentence right there. Holy shit, man.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
lower.
let's get that trending, everybody. Nacho boat.
Yeah.
Nacho boat.
For the dickhead that could fucking stick his dick in the wave popcorn bucket, kudos for him for getting the high five.
Especially wave.
Oh.
Go you.
And just what it says on the screen too. See the titular Disney heroine.
No shit.
Yeah.
Doesn't she need at least to be a C cup for that, or does that mean a 32-ounce container?
It's all about the
Yeah.
sea.
I thought she was like 12. Why are we doing this? Sorry.
No, she's an adult now. It's cool.
You got a chicken.
Nope. She's not an adult. I'm not doing this. I'm out. I'll be down here, guys. Just
And we lost Levi in record time.
Levi thought of the joke before I got it, and now he's
gone.
really
I'm gone.
regretting.
I'll put on my rose-colored glasses. I'm out.
Regrets, Saturday night edition.
What's really bad is the nacho cheese looks like it's only about the size of, say, like
Dunkaroos.
a shot glass. You
Yeah,
know? It's not
yeah.
like,
You're not.
you got like how many chips and not that many nacho cheese? Like,
So you
come on.
gotta cut your chip in half to get it in the nacho.
Oh my god.
Or you got to use the paddle that's on the end.
Yeah.
What's the paddle for? What's it for? It's the
No, that's why.
Cheese.
Jeff's right. There is totally a paddle there. That's what you're supposed to spoon the fucking cheese onto the chip.
Yeah. Maybe.
My God, how many like actual kids are actually going to order this and be like, "How the hell do I eat this, mom and dad?"
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Show of hands. Who would actually buy a nacho boat?
No, I'm so out. I'm so out.
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Oh, I'm gonna put my hand back down. Then I didn't raise my hand. Everything's fine.
This was designed in the form of Kate Beckinsale. Forget it.
I would buy a nacho boat, but I don't know about the Moana nacho boat.
Okay,
Don't-
that was actually my thought. Like
Okay.
if I went to a Mexican restaurant and they served me nachos on a boat, I'm actually
would
into
eat
that. That
Yeah.
sounds fun.
Yeah.
yeah,
Sushi
there's
boat.
no wrong way to eat nachos. Absolutely no wrong way to eat nachos.
This is a fact.
I guess we'll find out, Kevin.
This just doesn't seem like it's big enough to facilitate nachos the way I prefer to eat them.
This is like stadium nachos. This is bullshit
Kinda.
nachos.
If we want to talk design wise, what the hell is the sale for? I mean,
You clean up after,
that's on your lap.
Napkin
Yeah, it's
holder.
for the napkins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Napkin
or is that to
holder.
help with the Brazilian?
Also,
Yeah.
does it come with Moana or is it just the boat?
I'm assuming the Moana is a part of it, just like the wave. The
Yeah.
Moana is a figurine that is attached to
Yeah.
the boat with a sly little grin on her face.
Well, again, she's an adult in this film, so anyone can come with
Nope.
Moana. It's fine.
You can
So
come with Moana,
naughty.
but you have to leave with her.
Nope.
Chad's still punching out.
Nope.
I could hear my
I still
8-year-old
haven't even
daughter in
seen
the
the
living room
first
going,
freaking
"No,
movie."
Daddy,
Oh,
I don't Moana it.
I don't want it."
Line of the night so far.
Uh,
Oh my God.
Get this off my screen. Get this away from me. Ugh. I would rather
Happy
fuck
Saturday,
Dune
everybody.
popcorn bucket than that. That's my final thoughts on that. Holy shit!
So
I'll just
that's
order
why
Levi a
Dune
Dune
so
popcorn bucket.
Yeah.
I would. We all
I-
would. Don't lie.
I really want that modified Wolverine popcorn bucket that had the pocket pussy in its mouth.
Oh my God.
That was
Oh,
the coolest
God.
shit ever.
That was the
I
night.
think you just broke Levi.
I thought my show was bad. Jesus Christ, you guys!
You clearly
We're
haven't
just
seen
warming
this
up.
show. We're a bunch of degenerates here.
Oh,
warming up.
you ain't seen nothing yet, dude.
We're just getting warmed up.
Yep.
That's true. Oh, so
Next up,
Who's this asshole? Sorry. Sorry.
how do we talk about this properly? The douchebags in the academy have laid off several people in their museum department, for lack of a better term. The film archives, including someone that's been working there for almost 3 decades, 24 years. And a lot of the people that they let go this week had been working there for over a decade. So it's like, why they let this group of people go, and the amount of tenured people is kind of a mystery at this point. The fact that they did it is douchey enough. The fact that they did it to tenured people is even douchier.
I mean, the answer's simple. It's just money. That's what this symbol means. I don't know.
okay, but add to this the ones that we're having with the Internet Archive. What is happening with archiving in general in 2024?
It's vanishing, being blocked.
Weren't they having like a server issue on Archive, or was that something?
Yes. No, they were getting not just DDoS'd, but straight up hacked and
Yeah.
and I've been wondering if that's not even like a coordinated attack by someone like China or Russia or another country, because I mean, maybe Americans would do it, but we all understand the importance of something like the Internet Archive. It's the more fascist regimes that I would imagine trying to dismantle our ability to communicate with each other that would have an interest in doing something like that. That's my... Okay, that went too political too fast. Anyway, somebody say something funny. Somebody say something funny.
Something
Give him a nacho boat quick.
Nacho boat. What's next? Oh
no.
Oh no.
Kevin and I had a good talk about this earlier.
Oh boy.
So the actor is really sorry that she clapped back the way that she did at the paparazzo. Not even paparazzo, the tweeter that wrote with literal pin on. Yeah. And she says, you know what? It would have just best served my interest if I would have just called my friend and complained. That's probably true, because we're still left with the question: is the pussy green?
Oh, I assume so.
Hashtag green pussies matter.
If Eddie Murphy taught us anything growing up as kids, if Captain Kirk's nailing a green chick, you know that the pussy's green.
Yeah,
if she's green, you know she's mean.
Yeah, like he said it, the pussy's green. And so yes, I would just assume. And that's just
why
would you even ask? Just assume.
I think that's a part in the book. Because like they even describe her being born in the book, and I swear it's every single part of her is green. Yes, I read the actual Wicked book. Sue me, okay?
Cool.
Okay, I'll call my lawyer.
There is a book, isn't there? Duh.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's the same as the play?
No. They really like adapted it. It's vastly different. It's more geopolitical in the book itself, which is a part of the play or whatever. And there's more racism in the book too. But no, they specifically talk about her like being born and stuff, and every single part of her is green, which I'm now realizing also means her anus is green. Her pussy is green. All of it's green.
Her green eye.
Yes. You know, I didn't even. This is honestly, I'm really excited to see Wicked. Me and my wife both are. And this is actually just a great thing to think about. And I didn't like how her response in terms of like, oh my God, these fans are like erasing me or whatever. But to turn around and do this, like, oh, I probably should just like talk to a friend about this, is a really healthy way of like examining that. I don't even consider this an apology. It's definitely like, oh man, I wish more people, famous people, and everybody just did that in terms of like, if you're going to complain about that, just fucking tell somebody else before you go to the internet and complain about it. That's
This is kind of like Haggard saying, "I shouldn't have said that." No.
Yeah.
Shouldn't
have said that. Should not have said that.
Yeah.
It's been a week for that, hasn't it?
Should have just told a friend. Like,
Which, honestly, in this day, like I said, in this day and age, that's a really healthy turnaround in response on that. I'm glad she got clapped back, because it was definitely stupid in terms of like, oh my God, fans are going to make fan edits and posters. So like, be a responsible adult and
it was stupid. It really was.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
she was totally in the right. It was so stupid.
Yeah.
But the way that the media made her response made her look stupid.
Yeah.
And that wasn't fair for her.
No, the media blew something out of proportion. Kevin, that never happens. That never happens.
Well, good lawyer.
What? Next, you're gonna be telling me. Sorry.
You're going to say Rachel Zegler is actually a very nice girl.
Whose hair? Anyway.
Yeah.
Harold
Snow White
Ziegler from
time.
Moulin Rouge.
I was about to say whose fleece was white as snow, but no, that's not true.
That'd be racist, Kevin.
I know. That having been said, so much for Pussy Island, kids. It didn't do well, and this didn't do well.
Okay.
Um,
Is Pussy Island actually a thing? Like, what is Pussy Island? I read it on the show notes, and I'm like, what is Pussy Island? Explain this to me.
Kevin?
Pussy Island was the name of shit. What was the name of the movie that they just did together?
The Batman?
No.
Channing Tatum, that Blink movie, or
Blink Twice?
yeah, or something like that.
Yes. Anyway, that its original working title was Pussy Island. And the studios shut her down. They kept telling her no. The MPAA is like, there's no fucking way in hell. And the studios kept telling her, there's no fucking way in hell they're going to say yes. And she had to come out and say, like, I had to come to terms with the fact that we live in a society that's not yet ready to embrace the word pussy. And I'm like, girl, we feel you. We feel you. Those bunch of pussies.
All about that pussy.
So
Bunch of vagina hoo-ha haters. Let's go here. Come on.
She convinced Chance to produce this flick. She directed it, and apparently it's pretty good. I don't know. It's not my type of thing, but I've heard people that saw it said it was okay. It sounded weird and complicated, so I guess that means good. I don't know. But it bombed.
Tell Coppola that, please. Weird is not good.
No, not in his hands.
No. Weird is just weird.
Neither in Channing Tatum's hands either. Unless he's doing Magic Mike, baby.
Which was just a sad movie. I expected a lot sexier and fun movie, and then I got like sad stripper movie, and I was like, huh.
All strippers are sad.
If I wanted to
this
say
is
stripper
true.
movie, I go watch Demi Moore and
I'm not even
Striptease.
saying. I'm not even saying it was a bad movie. It was like, oh yeah, that's right. Okay, this is gonna be sad. That's fair.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Showgirls was about the happiest stripper.
Striptease.
Oh, Striptease.
That-
Okay.
Yeah.
That
Striptease.
needs to be the title of a children's book. The
Burt
happiest.
Reynolds,
stripper.
Demi Moore. Come on.
There's your next project, Kev. You can write that one.
The happiest
Maniac,
stripper.
maniac.
The happy stripper.
We're gonna add striptease to the document rotation next year.
Down the stripper pole,
No.
down the stripper pole we roll. Wow, just wow.
Can we get monetized before we have to do that first, please?
We are monetized, Kevin.
Fuck.
Done. Check.
Just trying to get us demonetized. That's all.
Oh, I'm trying. That's my goal tonight. Like losing.
We're gonna
Right
see the green
on.
eye.
Hey, at least we got somebody working against us.
Yeah.
Every show needs a good villain. That's what that is.
Now, that having been said, this title confuses me. I never forget what you did last summer.
In Australia.
Yeah.
Oh, is that supposed to be the third one now?
Is this
Fourth?
I don't know if it was the third, fourth, or fifth. I
I
don't
think there
know.
was a third one.
Yeah,
So
this
this is
should
the
be the
fourth. Yeah.
fourth.
Or was that the TV
Yeah.
show?
Oh,
A TV show?
I'll look it up.
Yeah,
I'll
I
look it up.
forgot about
Yeah.
I
that.
want to say so.
Oh shit! I didn't know about that.
And then they
But,
get older, and it's sometimes I remember what I forgot that I did last summer.
I hear this
On
in
Saturday
angry
the
Russian.
14th.
Saturday 14th.
Saturday the 14th.
I hear this in Angry Russian,
Yeah.
and a girl with HPV angrily staring at me, and I'm kind of turned on, and I'm not sure why.
It's probably the tattoos on the arm, Kevin.
Maybe.
Kevin. Use the dulwich.
Niet.
Don't be done.
All right, Kevin's got to leave. He's got to go clean himself up now, so that'll be fun.
Two towels.
Levi, was that
Two
Russian?
towels.
Always dead on blondes.
The good towels.
But
If you could find one.
Ooh. They might all be in the wash at this point. You never know.
it's been a
That's what
busy
the socks are
weekend.
for, Kevin.
It's been a
It's been a busy week.
And the windbreaker and the pie. And...
Oh man,
And
you've been
business
busy.
is good.
And it still works.
There are children in your house, Kevin. Come on.
Probably not sponsored by Blue Chew, everybody.
2/3 of them are asleep at this point.
Nah.
Ow.
Oh, no.
So yeah, Warner Brothers, with the great year that they've had, you're like, you know what? Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's make another Matrix movie and we'll have it explode. And this time, we'll just out the Wachowskis. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck them. Fuck them both.
They outed themselves. Like, what the fuck?
No, they didn't. They well, I mean, contractually they did, but like Warner Brothers.
He said contractually.
Warner Brothers was like, wait, we don't have to involve you?
Please,
Fuck
God,
you.
yes.
I don't want a Matrix 5. I didn't like the Matrix 4.
I didn't.
I like Matrix 1 to begin with.
I love the first Matrix. I love the concept.
Yeah.
I talk about it. I think about it all the time. We talk about it on Too Much Scrolling all the time. What if it's all simulation theory? What if this is all just made up world where all this stuff is happening and we are just reacting? I am reacting poorly to the idea of another Matrix. I didn't hate the last one, but I was okay with it being the last one because it was too meta. It's that same story. It's the Dukes of Hazzard. Oh, we have this thing, but it's gonna be wacky. Come on.
It had interesting ideas, but it fought too much against itself to actually be coherent.
Precisely.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It took too long for he and Trinity to reconnect. And then once you got to that point that they're a team again, the movie's over. You're like,
yeah.
So I guess I'll wait for the fifth one. The next day comes out and you're hearing on the news, they're not making a fifth one.
Oh, look at this. They're making a fifth one.
Yeah.
They
Hollywood
see the dollar
lies.
signs.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Hollywood
There's-
lies like a motherfucker.
We'll get into that soon, too.
And
Why the
there's
final
an-
revenge?
There are enough people who all they have to see is, oh, it's the Matrix. We're gonna go see this. I mean, they're basically printing money at this point.
Is that true? Film going? Are we going to movies because we remembered the good movies that we used to have? Is that true? Do you go to those movies, Chad?
I don't, but I know
Okay.
enough people
Levi,
who do.
do you go to those movies?
Man, do you want to put a quarter in me on this one? Because I can go there. You have me on for a specific
grab a
movie
quarter.
franchise that is incredibly indicative of this. There are some stupid motherfuckers that are like, it's a fucking Trevor's movie. I'm gonna fucking go see it. And I'm just sitting over here like, no, you're not. Fuck you. Sorry. We're fine. Everything's fine. How are you? I'm good today. Yep.
Quick, get Levi a real Tremor sequel.
Yeah.
Real people.
That's later. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
I have to say that I don't know if I like the last Matrix movies. I have this thing where I like a lot of like fuck you to the audience movies, like unpopular opinion. I did like Joker 2 because it just felt like a fuck you to fucking everybody. And I guess I said it was an unpopular opinion before I stated it. Which is that's always the whatever the artist is that's making it. I don't want to see what I want to see on screen. I want to see what somebody that's making it, what they want to see. And if
I
they want
wanna
to tell me to
see
fuck
what I
off,
wanna see, Lee.
I'm fine with that.
I'm not paying money to see what I don't want to see.
In fairness, I do watch most movies at home, and I don't go into the theater, so that's the other. Like, not paying for popcorn and all that jazz. Although I did pay for Joker, and like I said, I appreciated Todd Phillips telling me to fuck off. I don't know. That was nice. I did. I'm not. I could sense his like, I fucking hate you. Stop watching this movie, and I was like, you know what? That's a real Joker move. I'll take it. Like,
They didn't even want to make the movie to begin with. They had to bank up the Brinks truck to him.
yeah, like I said, he said, "Fuck you." Like, I got to appreciate that. Like, he committed to that. That's a bring it on.
I appreciate your honesty, internet.
Okay, I'll go in my hole. I'm done now. Sorry.
Hey, I went into Venom 3 and I like the damn movie. Everybody else seems to hate it. So
You know what?
whatever.
Honestly, that's another one where the Venom movies aren't bad. I actually like Venom 1 and 2. I haven't seen 3. I was expecting far worse. You know, that's a.
I thought
That
3
was
was
the
the best of the
subtitle.
bunch personally, and I liked the first one. Second one was kind of.
The second one's okay for certain things. Like
Yeah, it didn't have enough Woody Harrelson, which is
No,
odd.
I had too much.
Or Woody Harrelson
Harrelson.
being Woody Harrelson.
Yeah,
Too
I don't
much
know.
Woody
That was
Harrelson.
my.
Well, it wasn't Woody being Cletus Cassidy. They had him acting so very different from the first movie.
Yeah.
And it was a dumb kind of crazy. Like Andy Serkis hadn't read the Spider-Man's comics of like who Cletus Cassidy was and what kind of sick bastard he was. So
He's
like
Carnage. That's the
they
point.
messed
Carnage.
that up. Well, Carnage was he was. He and the symbiote were kind of the same and they meshed.
Yeah.
In the movie, they didn't mesh. Like they were
Yes.
two very, very different entities.
Mhm.
Carnage itself was very cool to watch. Cletus Cassidy was not.
Horrible.
And that's where they got it wrong. Like they should have been just as interesting to watch. And for a while they were until they
Then
just
they weren't.
weren't. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was a very weird conundrum of that movie. Because it's not a bad flick, but it is at the same time.
It's commitment. Like I said, it's commitment to something. That's always, commit to the bit. If you don't commit, then everybody's like, I hate you. Like that goes back to the fuck you movie. Hey, you committed to telling me to fuck off. Cool.
Yeah.
Great. That's at least you did that. Like that's half-assing it is the worst in any kind of movie at all.
That's true.
Was
That's
it
true.
half-assing it, or did they just eighth-ass it?
That could be too.
Or it could be most Marvel movies.
Yeah. I need your
Like
full
I
ass.
said.
I nominate Madam Web for this conversation.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sydney Sweetie's like, yep, I do too.
It.
Now, see, that's a movie that like I would be mad if I actually paid money to go see. Like, and I'm glad I still haven't watched it. And I'm like, you know what? I don't need to. This is good. Let it just sit over there, and I'm fine with that. I never need to know.
Yep.
Maybe one day when I'm like really drunk or high or something, then I'll watch it. But we'll see.
Right on.
Speaking.
I also haven't seen Morbius for the same fucking reason. Like,
I have
Morbius-
not even. I do not like Jared Leto at all, so I refuse
No.
to see any of his shit
Yeah.
outside of
Yeah.
Blade Runner 2049, which I oddly enough like that movie. but I
Because
don't
it's
like
because he
him.
leans into the role of being a piece of shit cult leader, so that kind of works for what that is.
Oh, he plays himself. Gotcha.
Yeah, yep.
Nuh.
Yeah, I'm just as likely to watch a Roman Polanski film as I am to watch a Jared Leto movie. Like, truly.
Ugh.
No, I just love his
My face
music.
is back on. Ugh.
Everyone's like, delete.
Let's test our audience further.
Yeah.
And
All
here
right.
we go.
Oh
my
no!
God, no.
No, it's a
Oh,
perfect
hey.
movie.
Oh no! Why?
Well, okay.
Why?
If it's a
Well,
sequel, I'll take that. But oh man, don't remake
Pierce Brosnan.
Cliffhanger.
If it's a sequel,
They're going to do
great.
Tango and Cash next, too. So stay tuned.
God.
everybody.
Oh, that's due for one though. Kind of.
Tanga and Casserole. I'm calling it now.
Look, I would watch that. If you name a character casserole, I am in.
Topanga and casserole. That
I am.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh my God, casserole.
The next Boy Meets World spinoff.
Oh my God. Don't
Even if it's
remind
just
me of that
Garfield
shit.
in a wig, I am into that.
I'm into that. I need more booze.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I have
we all
one
do.
question. Who here was traumatized by the beginning of Cliffhanger?
I didn't see Cliffhanger until I was like
Oh.
23, 22.
Dude. Oh man. Oh.
Dude, I saw it in the theater on opening weekend.
Yeah,
Oh,
same.
Whew. That opening is just the worst, man. Holy shit.
No, that is a gut punch.
Yeah. Also-
It
Do I have
affected
that
me on
number?
Ace Ventura, I suppose,
Yeah. That got me more.
with the raccoon. And
Poor
Ace looking
raccoon.
into its eyes.
Don't talk about squirrels and raccoons today, Kevin.
I heard some like viral squirrel went fucking dead, and I'm like, all squirrels are viral. They should all
Yeah.
be dead.
It was a domesticated one of over 7 years. And we don't have to get too political, but unfortunately, somebody ratted out the owners of the squirrel and a raccoon, and basically they thought they were exploiting the squirrel and it was unsafe conditions, and they called the feds in, and they all came in and they raided the house and euthanized the squirrel and the raccoon within 48 hours.
Fuck me.
It's a thing. And yet they waste all these resources, yet they can't go after actual real criminals. They want to go after somebody who has a domesticated squirrel and raccoon. The fuck?
Why can't we euthanize the internet crusaders?
That might take a little more effort than that, Kevin.
It
I don't think we want to go into the quadruple zillion dollars that like Google's been assessed. So
Yeah.
That is a good headline. That is a good headline that the Russian court says you owe 2.5 billion, and everybody's like, "What is that? That's a
what, a
trillion?
trillion or whatever?
That's more
Billion.
money than
Billion.
exists in the
Billion.
entire world.
Yes."
Yeah,
Three times their gross domestic product.
And this is the funny thing is, no one has to say, "Okay, here, we'll pay you." This is like the Nazi party saying, "You didn't want us to be in part of your group, so we're gonna fucking sue you." Well, we don't have to pay you.
Your Honor.
Fuck you then.
They set it high so they could settle, or Google will just pull out of Russia. And
How do you settle from that number? Like, where's the middle ground?
I'd be like, here's $1.
Yeah.
The small print in the terms of service, that's where.
Yeah, exactly.
They're gonna
Okay,
charge
Apple.
everybody.
You need to get a picture of fucking Gene Hackman, or not Gene Hackman, Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right.
I thought you were going Lex Luthor for a second. That was my
So
thought.
did I.
You
Oh,
get
boy.
nothing, sir.
Good day,
Good
sir. Good day.
Oh, you are saying that, and I'm looking at Pierce Brosnan and hearing Lex Luthor, and I'm like, ooh, that's a thought.
That's not a bad idea.
Okay.
Hold on.
That could work.
Yeah.
Oh, who's ever
Run
listening?
by fruiting.
Run by
They did already have him as Dr. Fate, though, didn't they?
In DC, yeah.
Yeah.
But none of that's canon no more. At least that's going to be
Thankfully.
canon. In
He
a
was
certain way.
really good as Dr. Fate, actually.
Yeah.
That was like the best thing about that movie was the Justice Society.
That's what I've heard. I still haven't seen it. I want to. I just haven't had a chance.
It's
on
no
that.
Madam Web, but it's all right.
The
That
villain
doesn't
is
sound like a bad
terrible, and The
thing,
Rock
though.
is kind of.
Yeah.
I
The
tried
Rock-
watching Madam Web being riffed, and it was unedited, and it was the most incoherent thing I'd ever seen. And not even my friends riffing it made it tolerable. Like the riffs were funny, but like the movie itself was completely intolerable.
Well, you can tune in for Craven for the next follow up to that movie, Kevin.
I want to see if the rhino's wearing pants.
Yeah.
Like in the
just hang
preview,
out.
it shows him wearing pants. I'm like,
You just want to know if the carpet matches the drapes. I understand, Kevin.
Is that
Is he
is that
gray?
gray penis? We got a
Yeah, is
gray
he
penis
gray
and a
all
gray
over?
anus?
No, he wants to see if it's a horn.
A horn. If there's a little finger that pokes out the butt before birth.
God.
God, I'm horny.
Yeah. I'm with you
Uh,
on that one.
What's next?
Yeah, good question, Kevin.
Yes. The Lego Group has enlisted directors to make 3 individual live-action Lego flicks.
How's that gonna
I'm
work?
sorry.
Yeah.
What does live action Lego mean?
I thought the Lego movie was live action, just being stop motion.
Dear God, I don't know about this.
What
Like,
does
I
it
didn't see the Lego movie 2. The Lego movie itself
Oh.
was so perfect that like I
Okay.
didn't want a sequel.
Lego Batman, baby.
The Lego Batman movie was trash. I fucking hated it.
Oh,
And
fuck off.
Oh, okay.
I don't let my kids watch that one. Absolutely not. Hated it.
You let me watch it, asshole.
Oh, jeez.
But Patty Jenkins, after Woman 84, I don't know if she should be writing or
Yeah.
directing shit right now.
That's why I saw her name. I was like, oh no.
See, my hope was that seeing Patty Jenkins' name would make people say, maybe there's something to it. Maybe, I don't know.
Unless it's a big turnaround, I don't see it. No.
Yeah. Wonder Woman 84 was a bad example of studio involvement. I like to have more faith in Patty, but
I
Should have
agree
been
with that.
more involved.
I will support that idea that she was not the problem. It was the studio involvement on that one.
Yeah. And for me, the name Joe Cornish is actually my big one because I know that him and Edgar Wright are collaborators. So that's a definite like.
oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the Jake Kasdan, Lawrence Kasdan's kid, who did Jake did the Jumanji movies, which I don't hate.
Oh,
the
that's
Jumanji
right.
movies.
They were
Oh,
so
Jumanji's fine, yeah.
good. I
Yeah.
enjoyed those.
The new ones are okay. I like
Yeah.
those. It's the older one where I'm kind of like, I don't ever want to see this again.
Really?
You never want to watch the Robin Williams Jumanji?
Ever. I
Wow.
hated it. I always
Really?
hated it.
Whoa.
You are
Whoa.
fired. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
What?
Feelings, Kevin.
Wow.
It was below my
Heresy.
niceness level when I was a kid. Like
Where did he touch you on the Moana boat?
I'll tell you what, $5 super chat right now saying review Jumanji. We're adding it to the schedule.
Yes.
Wow.
right where it tain't funny.
Would that be the green tape?
I've never heard someone say they don't like that movie, so that's cool.
Wow.
Honestly, I love that. I love hearing something like that. That's really cool.
Yeah,
It took me a long time to actually see it. I had my dad show it to me because he got it gifted to him for Christmas along with like Cars. And I'm like, oh, you want to watch this kind of movie? All right. As I'm hanging out with my dad, we watch it. And it's like, it's actually pretty good. So
Don't
I
tell
can't
Kevin.
say I hate it. It was
I
fun.
like
Kevin
Cars.
can.
Cars is bullshit. Cars is an abomination to creation. I
You mean
hate
Cars 2, correct?
no Cars
Because
1,
I would agree with that.
3, that fucking Mater's fucking short fucking bullshit. Cars deserves to die.
You know what follows the thunders?
It's an
Dude.
abomination to the creator. All right, we're going a little farther than normal with Levi's evening.
I mean, you gotta look
Honestly,
at
on this show.
I have to admit, it's an irrational thing. Like, I don't really know why I don't like Cars. I just know I don't like it.
It just doesn't work for
Gasoline
you.
is their fuel. Why do they have teeth? Why do they have teeth?
Why do they have teeth?
This
They
is
talk
my
through the
point.
radiator grill. That's their larynx. Let's go.
But the other thing you got to figure
Awesome
is
bugs had them.
Tomato had to been a serial killer.
Yeah, he's in a junkyard.
Look at his backyard.
Yeah.
Parts.
And I'm making parts with all your dead
Undertaker.
friends.
The car
It took my
version
wife
of
like
Victor
2 years
Frankenstein.
to figure out Tomato putting it together. She's
Oh,
like,
really?
Oh my god, I did not realize. I'm like, are you
Oh,
serious?
I'd be like, honey, really?
Yeah.
Don't show her Moana too.
No.
Okay,
Especially
you
the
say
natural
that.
boat.
Yeah, my wife, I've been talking about Terrifier 3 for like months. She thought it was Terror, Fire,
Oh.
And
Like
it
the
wasn't
two
until
things-
like 2 weeks ago she's like, "Oh, it's Terrifier."
Oh, like
One
the two
word
things
with
the
an
horses
I.
do: bray fart, bray fart. They can take our freedom. They can take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom. And our
Yeah,
farts.
they'll just give us Lego shit.
And the flatulence.
Yeah.
And live action Lego. I still don't know what that means. What's a
No.
live action Lego? These people are walking around in Lego shapes in Lego
Or-
Land. The boy from
I think
the
like
Lego
Space
movie.
Jam. It's probably going to be a hybrid like that.
Oh,
Or
Yeah, here-
Minecraft movie with Jack Black and all those people.
Yeah, here I thought they were just going to be building shit the whole 2 hours.
2 hours. Do you have any?
No, it's going to be a 3-hour epic, Chad.
I'm looking for.
I need a red 3 block. Who's got the red 3 block?
They'll put together the big Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
The tool that I can take these blocks apart with.
Oh shit! I stepped on one. Son of a bitch.
So you see me
Kevin, I'm
falling
sorry.
and
We took your
scream.
show off the rails.
Who's watching anyway?
He's just staring into the abyss right there for a moment.
I was like, my God.
What have we done?
What haven't we done?
Smoke them if you got them.
That's true.
Oops, someone's phone went off. Was that me? Nope.
Someone knows it's a beer. On happier news, Marlon Wayans came out this week and said,
Oh yeah.
I said we had a big announcement for you, and here it is. For the first time in almost 20 years, the Wayans brothers are coming back to the Scary Movie franchise.
Okay.
I'm gonna get you sucker part 2.
Okay.
Oh, what's that?
That too. That'd be good.
Don't drink your juice in the hood while fucking. Oh my god, I can't remember the name of that one.
Don't be a menace to society while
Society
drinking
while
juice in the hood.
Thank you. Oh my god, thank you so much.
Peter wins.
Love
No,
that
I'm
movie.
excited for this. I don't know. I like Scary Movie 1, 2, and 3, so that's my
After that, I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Scary Movie 3 has one of the greatest visual gags of all time, which is that
The hat?
shotgun. He pumps the shotgun. I can never get over that. Like, it's just fucking beautiful. Just like, oh my god, what?
See, for me, Scary Movie 3 had Anthony Anderson and Kevin Hart in it. And like their
Brokeback
banter,
Mountain.
yeah. Their banter was amazing. And then Queen Latifah and Eddie Griffin.
Yeah.
as
How the hell you wake up dead, son?
Because you was alive when you went to sleep. That's a fact right there you just made up.
Oh, shit. And then the way they clap, you goddamn right, motherfucker.
So there's an audience for this movie, is what we're trying to say.
Yes.
I love parody movies. I love Airplane and all of the Zucker brothers films. And I didn't love this series of films, but I love the concept. The concept of, again, taking something that is cultural and twisting it in your own fancy way. So I'm here for this one.
The first two were very black. Because it was the Wayans brothers. From 3 to 6 is the Zuckers.
Yep.
But there was a bridge with Anthony Anderson and Kevin Hart in part 3. They weren't in part 4. Like after that, come part 4 on, there was like no black humor to it whatsoever. So like part 1 and 2 were truly my favorite because it felt like you were watching In Living Color or I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker, or any of the Wayans brothers movies.
White chicks.
White chicks.
Yeah.
That's where I tapped out. I'm sorry. I tapped
out there. I was gonna say
Yeah,
that's
me
fine.
too.
That's fine.
But I love that family. They are royalty in my eyes when it comes to comedy. Like I love them so much.
And it would be good to like have a resurgence of that rather because then there was this trend that happened after Scary Movie where you got like date movie and superhero movie and epic movie and
Disaster movie.
Here come the Spartans.
like
Not another teen movie.
Yeah. And
Some of them were funny. but
Yep.
not the good majority of them.
No, and we lost the ability to take pot shots on those kinds of movies, which I really appreciate.
Yeah.
I think Kevin was doing that earlier.
No.
Like superhero movie had its funny moments because it was Leslie Nielsen.
Yep.
Back to that Zucker Brothers formula.
Oh God, there was oh shit, I can't think of his name. McDonald. Christopher McDonald.
Mike.
Oh yeah.
Christopher.
Yeah. He plays the bad guy in superhero movie, like the Norman Osborn type character.
Yeah.
And he asks the kid, "How are your parents doing?" "Oh, well, they died 12 years ago in an accident, but otherwise they're fine." Yes, sir. Good to hear.
No joke. I keep seeing like Facebook reels of superhero movie, and it's always super intriguing to me. And I've never watched it, and now I will need to watch it. Like it's now on my list.
It's a decent spoof of Spider-Man, is what it is. Spider-Man and X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, yeah, like I tapped out with all those like mega spoofs that they kept doing because they were putting them out a dime a dozen. And it wasn't the Zuckers doing them after a while, and it was people that just didn't really understand the concept of parody.
Right.
So to have some of the true masters come back and show what it can be, I'm really excited for.
Agreed. I would prefer, if I had all the money in the world, I would prefer the sketch comedy lifestyle where they were doing quick hits, quick jokes, and getting out to the 2-hour parody film.
Yeah.
In Living Color has a special place in my heart. And Saturday Night Live, it does not live up to the history of 50 years of that program.
No, because even at just 5 seasons, in Living Color was still pretty solid all the way throughout.
Love that show.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, the longer it went on, okay, but you were still laughing.
Mm-hmm.
All righty then.
And they were also from a time of comedy where they were throwing shots at everybody.
Yeah.
And it was, you know, you had to be thick-skinned because everybody was going to get made fun of.
That was
but
a different era in comedy too.
Yeah. Everybody was getting it. So it wasn't like blacks shooting out at whites. It was blacks shooting out at blacks at the same time. And that was one of the funniest things about Scary Movie is, you know, the scene where they're showing all the different news reporters. They get to BET. Black entertainment. White people are dead. We getting the fuck out.
That was the best.
Oh, motherfucker, go!
Cultural satire. That's excellent.
Which I didn't realize till years later was just like a straight reference in Scream 2, where like the cameraman's like, I already know what happened. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Like legit. So yes, give me more Scary Movie movies with the Wayans brothers. I'm fine with that.
Agreed.
Oh, that's what this is.
Oh.
Wow.
Ooh, that
It
looks
looks like
good.
Wow.
I hope it's your first look at best actor for the Oscar for the best actor next year. Like Billy Zane has been my hope to be a best actor winner for a long time, and I hope he gets it with this. God, I do.
Damn, he looks good.
Stunning. That is a stunning picture. I did not know what we were looking at until I read the words Billy Zane as Marlon Brando. That is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I actually saw this.
God, I hope so.
I saw this picture earlier, and I thought it was just like Marlon Brando, like on my regular scrolling search, and now I'm like, oh wait, that's Billy Zane. Holy shit!
Wow.
You come to me on the day of our dead while alive, and you ask me to do this favor for you. I cannot.
I'll make you an offer you can't refuse.
I'm gonna drink some
just
marbles.
excited to see Billy on the big screen.
Yeah, Yeah.
I haven't seen him on the big screen since Titanic, and that makes me feel bad to say.
Yeah, he was great in The Mummy and The Mummy Returns. Nobody.
I've seen The Mummy Returns.
That's a deep cut on this mummy memes group that I'm on that everybody always confuses Billy Zane with Arnold
Goslow.
Yeah.
I was gonna say somewhere Arnold Goslow just went, "Fuck you."
Yeah, give me more Billy Zane. I like The Phantom too. I just have to go to
that was a good movie. I was just about to say
That actually was really good.
That's another one.
I don't think Billy Zane's had a bad role. I think Billy Zane is a really impressive actor who's not gotten his moment. This might be that moment for sure.
Yeah.
Not bad for a guy who had a itty bitty role in Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wearing 3D glasses like a cool ass motherfucker.
And he could have lived on a door too. Sorry, James.
For those that don't remember, we actually just reviewed The Phantom, and it's an exquisite movie.
Great review too.
That was also fun. Yeah, the review was good.
And Kevin, you got a little bit of an echo going on, buddy.
Oh, fine.
All right, I'm not hearing it, so maybe it's my problem. I can jump out. I'm
Could
done.
be a little StreamYard thing too.
I don't know what time it is anyway.
It's 11:56
I don't know what time it is
our
for you
time.
either.
It's time change weekend. I don't know what time it is. I'm not
Oh,
going to
it
know
is?
what time it is.
Yep.
By the way, everybody, live just in. Make sure you check your clocks and change your clocks. It is time change weekend.
At 2 a.m.
So we
Fuck
gain an
yeah.
extra hour of sleep. Woo!
Or we can sit here and talk about this and waste that hour
Damn
as we
straight.
have for the first hour.
Too late.
Too late.
No, time change happens at 2 a.m. because I always had to DJ at bars, and all of a sudden it's 2 a.m. I'm like, cool, I'm done. Oh no, one more hour.
First 2 a.m. You get two of them. 2 for 1. It's the 2 for Tuesday.
Okay.
God, I remember those.
All
That's
right.
what sucked about doing radio overnights was when the time would change and fuck, I have to be here another hour.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's shitty.
That was part of the biz, man.
Yeah. All right, boys. Good talking to you. Have a great week. Enjoy all the fun. And no obituaries for next week. Nobody.
God willing.
No, and tell everybody where
Obituary.
people can find you, Steve.
TooMuchScrolling.com every Tuesday. Movie of the week, a book of the week, all the fun, all sorts of fun. We had The Shining for our October book of the month, and we're going on a spree of Stephen King. We're going to go to 11/22/63 for November. The celebration of November is in full swing on TooMuchScrolling.com. Come on over. We'll make you smile.
Right
Nice
on.
meeting you, Steve.
Yeah, good to see you, Levi. I hope this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Yeah, it should be, right, Kevin and Jeff? Come on. Where have I been?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm telling you guys.
Good stuff. See you guys.
Have a good night, Steve.
Take it
Oh,
easy,
God,
Steve.
Barry Guard died?
Again.
Son of a bitch.
God damn it.
Sorry, I had to reboot. Green Pussy Island,
Pussy Island.
HPV,
Whole lot of pussy.
Matrix 5. She's pooping.
There we are.
Watch where you
Uh,
stand.
Also pooping. Ah, yes. The Pooterverse.
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio unhinged is unstrung. Unstrung. Yes.
Yeah, Pinocchio.
Yeah, it has announced that
go.
there. I can't even see his name.
Robert Englund.
It's Richard Brake.
Richard Brake. Thank
Richard
you.
Brake and Robert
did not
Englund.
see.
He was in Tremor 7. I know this.
Get your testicles down there.
My testicles are fine. It's my eyes that can't see you.
Strap
fuckers.
him in, Kevin.
Yeah, give your balls a tug.
Balls a tug.
Maybe they're a little too blue for you, buddy.
Kind of like tonight's non-sponsored, the Blue Raz
Yeah.
Twisted Tea.
Cool Blue counts, right? That's fine.
Cool Blue
That works.
counts.
I think that's old too. I don't know when that's from.
I know the twisted tea I just finished was. That was the one that I was drinking Thursday night when I got sick.
So do,
Yeah.
do
Which
we
I
need
told
to
you
time
was
it?
not the booze.
Do we need to time things, Levi, to see when you keel over from how old that shit was?
Oh no! Well, does Gatorade go bad? That's a great
Anything
question.
can go
It's
bad.
been around since the 70s. Who knows?
I don't know.
It could
I
go
mean, it
bad.
should be.
Well,
All
it
right.
was nice having Levi on our
Time of
show.
death?
Oh, God.
Oh, he's back to live zombie time.
Has it been in the light? It should be fine.
The blue light.
I did not see a light. I saw lots of red, and there was
Lots.
this guy yelling at me with a pitchfork. Oh God!
He was calling me names. Oh, speaking of which, Paul W.S. Anderson, the fun one,
The fun one.
Wow.
that you don't have to think so much one, is going to be directing an adaptation of House of the Dead. Finally! He's
Wow.
been wanting this one for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So this makes me happy to hear.
I'm pretty excited for this.
Because I liked Resident Evil.
Yeah, I like the Resident Evil franchise. First one's the best. The rest are trash, but I still love them anyway.
I don't know. I liked all 8 or 9 of the Resident Evils. I knew what I was getting into.
Oh,
with,
yeah.
like, but it was still like, oh, I liked them.
It's just good.
It's good for Saturday. Yeah, exactly. Turn your brain off and just like, I know what I'm watching. Fuck it.
Solomon, this is based off of the video game series that was a rail shooter in the arcades. So you're basically going on a situated path and you got a gun. It's kind of like the Alien games. And you just kind of shoot, or Terminator games, and you just shoot at things across the screen as you go along.
Yeah.
Now, is this one of the ones where you had a gas pedal that made you go forward and stop on the rail?
I don't remember that part.
Time Crisis?
No, this one you just it went self. You cleared out the area.
Yeah.
Go
And
to the
moved along.
next.
Yeah.
Sometimes it turned. Sometimes you just went straight. So.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking of Time Crisis or something like that then.
I had a blast
that
playing
one,
those games, so this is pretty interesting to me.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this one.
Hard to
I used
screw
to play
this
this
up
in
unless he makes
arcade.
you too goofy.
Yeah, it's hard to screw up something this easy of a game.
It's just killing zombies.
Yeah.
I was just say it's just it's a repeat of just doing the Resident Evil thing. That's you did it once.
Hey,
you
is
can
it
do
going to star Mila?
I'm okay with that. Dude, she dressed up as a zombie for their neighborhood Halloween party. And I giggled inside so hard. Like it wasn't a Resident Evil homage, but she looked like, like an average mom dressing up as a dead zombie for Halloween.
Aww.
Aww.
I
like Paul because he gave us Event Horizon and he gave us Soldier. He's given us quite a few actually pretty decent movies. So I don't have a problem with this.
And Soldier.
I like
He did say Soldier. He said Soldier. I heard it. I put my headphones on so I can hear it now. Yeah.
A few decent movies and Soldier. AVP and Soldier.
Hey, and Mortal Kombat. I like Mortal Kombat.
I like Mortal
Kombat was rad.
I honestly like the majority of his movies. Like, if I watch Soldier again today, I'd probably fucking like it just fine. I didn't like it when I saw it in the theater.
God, dude, Soldier.
Probably because Kurt Russell only said like 57 words in the whole damn movie.
Yeah, but that's what made it awesome.
Exactly.
57.
He got paid by the word, yo.
He didn't even say 5. Shit.
No, he didn't say a fucking word until the
that's
end.
Willy's Wonderland.
Yeah, right?
Not a single word.
Well, and his son played his younger self at the beginning of Soldier, so.
Yep.
Wyatt did?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They did that again in that Godzilla show on TV.
Yes.
I was just trying to tell my wife about that. She's like, what's Monarch and why should I care? I'm like, because it's Kurt and Wyatt Russell.
Yeah.
And it's getting a second season.
Monarch kicks ass. That was a surprise of a show. I liked that.
Took a long time to get going, but it got good.
It's a slow burn. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of a slow burn on that front, but that was I like that.
They should have just led with that, like, it's going to take a minute to get going, but it's going to be good. We promise. Instead of, it's going to be awesome from the word go. Don't promote it like that.
Yeah. We've got time to spare, kids. Get ready
Yeah.
to go pee here.
That show
All
was
right.
more set up for a binge model rather than a weekly model.
Mhm.
That's my
Monarch.
argument on that.
That is why I literally wait till a TV show is done for a season and then download it and watch it all at once. I don't care. That way, I don't got to worry about it. I'll just sit here for a day and just click. So maybe that's why I liked it.
It's hard for me to do that for, like, say, like Penguin or House of the Dragon. I'm like, man, every damn week, and then like on Wednesday, it's like, oh shit, I never watched that. Fuck, I don't want to fall behind because everybody's talking about it.
Yeah,
I fell behind on Agatha once, and I learned the next morning not to do that. Like, fuck,
Yeah.
goddamn spoilers.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me. I fell back a couple of weeks, and I couldn't go on social media until I got caught up because fucking people couldn't keep their goddamn mouths shut.
Not even for one day.
Nope.
Nope.
Well, no, see, because then they'd have an aneurysm because they have to just let it all out, all their opinions.
I'm a reporter now.
I'm a real reporter. As my
I'm
nose
an
grows longer.
influencer.
Okay, Google, can you write up this essay for me? I'm going to be a professional. I want it to sound really good, so I'm a good reporter.
I'm an author.
Hey!
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, AI, write this for me so
Yeah.
I can get paid and you don't.
Fuck you, Chat GPT. I know you're listening, Chat GPT. Fuck you. Fuck a bunch of you. Sorry.
Skynet is self-aware, everybody. Speaking of Skynet,
So I think this is Disney's answer to The Amazing Race next year. Who's going to make the first dope fucking alien flick? Is it going to be Ridley or is it going to be Fide?
Fide.
What?
Yeah.
Fide.
Because
Fide.
Ridley's movie's getting a green light.
Alvarez.
Yep. And Alien Romulus is getting a sequel. So, golly, that's good for Disney right now for the Alien franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
What?
is it going to be oversaturation?
That's what I worry about.
Well, and there's the Alien Earth TV show coming out next year.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Oh,
also.
that's right.
Oh yeah, Noah Hawley's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is retconning AVP, isn't it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
I thought
It is
AVP
completely
was
ignoring
its
that. It's
own-
actually ignoring half the sequels too, from what I understand.
Wow.
Well, that's
Yeah,
okay
I-
because most of them haven't happened yet.
See, I always thought
I mean,
AVP
that's-
was its own continuity.
It kind of is.
Is but they put it
There's
together. as
fan
canon.
continuity though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, didn't
This
they
is
have Lance in the
dumb.
first one?
Yes.
Lance is in the first
No.
one,
Yeah.
and I want to say they make reference to Dutch. I think they referenced Dutch in the first movie. I'm not sure.
God, I haven't watched those in a long
No.
time.
I need to go back and see. Or am I thinking Predator 2 where they reference Dutch?
Yeah. Predator 2.
Predator
Predator
2
2
does.
yeah.
Yes.
But then Predator 2 in the one scene in the background, they got the alien skull
Yeah,
on the wall.
on the ship.
One of my
Mhm.
favorite things ever in that sequel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same here.
Oh,
This
don't
is
know,
dumb.
I'm
I just have to
interested.
say that before we go on. That's dumb to greenlight two competing alien sequels at the same time. I'm just
Well, it's
It's just-
Ridley. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
Romulus didn't do exactly what I wanted it to do. They only took a couple of my notes and it still didn't work. So I'm going to do another Alien Covenant fucking sequel. Oh my God, dude. You
Look,
had me at
I w-
Prometheus. Alien Covenant just totally killed it for me. And I'm like,
I would-
"Fuck off."
the fact that he didn't commit. Like that's my problem. Like if you didn't fucking commit, like I would have taken the direction you're going with Prometheus, but then to just I'm gonna pull out and we're gonna go somewhere else. It's like no, that's not. I hate you. Just fucking stop this.
His
And then
original
now that
concept was Prometheus, Paradise, and then Paradise Lost as a trilogy.
Yep.
And that
And then now
going out the window with fucking idiot writers. But
and now Covenant ends on a complete fucking cliffhanger that is just
Yep.
like, which I actually liked as a cliffhanger, but now it's like okay, So that's never happening. Cool. It makes it hard to watch that movie or watch any of those movies again because it's just like I know this ends badly. I don't want it. I'm out.
Right.
Yeah, I respect that. We get that from the TV shows that we have to review sometimes. The ones that do end on a cliffhanger where it's like they expected to come back, they were told they would come back, and it just didn't happen.
Never happened.
Mm-hmm.
But then we're sitting there like, well, fuck, I don't want to watch this now.
Goddamn Tremors TV show, bitch.
Give me season
I
3
know,
of
we're
Stargate
pushing to the
Universe.
fire.
Oh, I know. Honestly, Stargate Universe is one that I was gonna say in terms of that. Like, oh man, god damn, dude.
It was getting good when they killed that thing.
Yeah. And it's because of you, Jeff, that I actually watched Stargate Atlantis for the first time and fell in love with that. I was a huge Stargate nerd, and then oh my god, Atlantis is great. So it's like, let's go on to Universe. Son of a bitch! Son of a fucking bitch!
Yep.
So thank you in a good way. Like seriously, that was a good I did like Atlantis. So thank you for that.
Fell down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, worth it.
And, Jeff, thanks for the recommendation. I did get those SG1 and Atlantis patches.
Nice.
Hey, see?
Nice.
Ha-ha!
So that's going on my battle jacket next.
Nice.
Got my SG1 sign in the background.
Mine are still here. I still need to get the goddamn shirt though.
Let's go. Come on. Come on, Jeff. God damn you.
Just hit the surplus outlet. Come on.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, this alien thing.
Very nice.
Bullshit.
Oh, that's good.
And happy 40th anniversary to Stargate the movie. I know it gets
Yeah.
crap, but
Yeah.
without that movie, we
I
never
love
would have
that
gotten
movie.
those shows.
Yeah. That was how I started Stargate. Watching
Yep.
it at some random person's house all those years ago.
I saw it in
don't
the
know.
theater.
And Kevin, I see that look. I'm gonna make you watch that movie.
I didn't like it.
It's
And you
I'm
can
coming to
not like
Oregon. Yeah.
it's no
It'll be next
Stargate
year, though.
SG1, but it's pretty good. I don't know. That's why.
That's good.
It's got Kurt Russell and James Spader.
Yeah.
Come on.
It was a good movie.
We just talked
love
about Soldier. That also had Kurt Russell, and I was kind of like, he may not be all that in a bag of chips.
I'm sensing a
Get out
theme
of
here with Kevin and Kurt Russell.
Yeah, he
perhaps.
doesn't like Kurt Russell.
No.
So I guess we're never
fuck
watching Big
you,
Trouble
fuck
in Little
you.
China.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
The Thing is off the table.
We did the thing
Stone.
already.
Topanga and casserole. We can't do that one. You know?
Used cars. I guess I can't do that one either. I guess we'll have to do the movie Overboard.
Yeah.
Overboard's like a perfect 10 movie. Fuck you.
Yeah.
That's where he
So how much baby oil did he put on you, Kevin? Tell us.
Diddy might have something to say about that.
Yeah.
1,000 bottles, 1,000 cases.
1,000.
Excuse me.
Oh my god.
Speaking of 1,000 cases of baby oil,
Oh
here's
my
the poster for the new Star Wars.
Okay, can someone explain this to me? Like, I only recently saw. What is this? I just saw this somewhere. Explain this to me.
Disney
I-
puke of children.
Disney is coming up with a way to bring as
Next.
many people into Star Wars as they can.
Yep.
And at this point, they're trying to make it more family friendly. So this is going to be basically Goonies in space.
Yeah, that's what I got from the trailer I saw. I mean, they're trying to get that next generation, which is what, Gen Alpha now, trying to bring them into it, make them fall in love, which the trailer makes it seems like it's a comedy, even with the music score for the trailer. It's like, I watched it and I'm like, why does this seem like a comedy, and not a regular Star Wars film? So I'm thinking they're really hitting the kiddie motion on it.
Don't say kitty motion. Don't say kitty motion.
They're going for the kiddie motion.
Oh, nope. And it's just worse the second time. Whew.
Kiddie motion.
Kitty.
Yeah. Kitty.
You see that mo on a boat? That's the real kitty motion.
On a boat. I don't know.
The emotion of the
I'm
ocean.
really wanting Skeleton Crew to work out well because Acolyte was not that good. I didn't like Acolyte that much.
We had enough talk of that. Next.
Yeah.
All right.
Look, I hate Star Wars. Wait, what?
What?
Am I off the show now?
And there he went.
Why?
I don't know.
Like Star Wars.
It's just a thing for me. It's much like Cars. I can't explain it. I just don't. I don't like Star Wars. I don't know.
I grew up being more of a Star Trek fan.
Yep, same.
Stargate fan. So that's or Stargate and Doctor Who. So that's my like.
Hey, you got a
that's my
star
side.
in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All of
Like,
them.
And I don't like Doctor Who, so I mean
Like,
that's just me.
fine.
I've just never gotten into it, and I've tried several times.
Only
It's a
the
lot.
early ones for me. That's it. After
Yeah.
Was
No,
that
Buzz
Baker era?
That's
era,
Baker
yeah,
and Davison,
Peter
McCoy,
Davison.
Baker,
Colin Baker.
Sylvester McCoy.
Mm-hmm. And then you had William Hartnell, Patrick
Yeah.
Troughton, and
John Pertwee.
before that.
Mhm.
Which I'm a huge fan of John Pertwee. That's actually I love Doctor Number 3. So that's my
Now, have you seen his son cosplaying as the
Yes!
Third Doctor?
Yeah, that's amazing.
That
and I
is-
would take that.
He doesn't want to play the part. He doesn't want to step into his dad's shoes, and I
Which
respect
I
that.
get. I get that. It's just more like, oh damn, I'd be fine with that. I love Sean Pertwee, especially in Dog Soldiers. That's always
Yeah.
give me some
Oh
more.
God, Dog Soldiers.
So good.
Was he
Such a
in
good
Event
movie.
Horizon?
Oh,
There was a Pertwee
I think
in
so.
Event Horizon. I just
Yeah.
don't know
I
which
think
one.
so.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna look it up because we all have phones, so I will do this. Hold on. Keep talking while I do this really nerdy thing.
Talks among yourselves.
Do you
Blah,
speak
blah, blah.
English?
He's familiar with this show, the riveting
Yeah.
podcasting.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, he is. He is in Event Horizon. So
Woo, he's sweating.
Wait, Pertwee? That's
Yeah.
he's also playing God, he played fucking
I know shit.
He was Alfred in Gotham.
thank you. That's what I was
Yep.
thinking of. He
Yep.
was
Yep.
Alfred in Gotham. Yep.
I liked him in that.
Go back and then watch like freaking Event Horizon after knowing that and be like, oh my god. Alfred's fighting aliens.
Demons, y'all.
Demons. Yeah.
All right.
RDJ.
Ooh.
So we'll start to transition into the Marvel thing. I don't know that he was talking to Disney, but I'm sure he was throwing his dick down one way or the other.
He usually does.
RDJ basically threw his dick down on the table this week and
Several
expressed,
times this week.
Yeah.
that anyone that tries to utilize AI to replicate his image, voice, likeness, whatever, is going to get sued into oblivion. And if they do it after he's dead, his law offices will be open long after he's dead. And I'm like,
I like that.
snap.
Good.
I'm like,
I like
Good.
that. I'm fine with that.
Not
in a
bad
few
for the guy
hundred
who
years-
go starred in Weird Science.
Yeah.
yeah, the guy that was in Weird Science that played
Eyeliner.
the freak. He plays in fucking Back to School, plays the freak friend.
Yeah.
One of the most
Heart and
brilliant
Souls.
one of the most
Mhm.
brilliant fucking actors ever.
Oh yeah.
So we hired Ally McBeal. Gotcha.
No, this was I read this as an article and I was like, I'm glad he threw his dick down because this is just we
For this,
we have to
absolutely.
yes, we have to get in front of this as a people, as all 8 billion people of us, and because we'll all get replaced eventually
Yes.
if they keep getting their way in terms of that. And it's even this show. We're all in the future. Rocco's Basilisk has taken over, and now it's Deadwire Live 835, and we're all AI counterparts. Hello, joke, insert meta reference. Yes,
Oh.
funny. Ha, 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 ha. Nacho boat. Yes.
Moana
So this is
Nacho
good.
Motion.
Jeff,
Grande Veracruz de la Joya. Cardinal.
he just reminded me we neglected to change it back to Dead Pussy Wire Live when we talked about Pussy Island.
Nobody
One job,
wants.
Kevin.
Nobody wants to be associated with dead pussy. Don't.
It was
In
only
fact,
allowed for one episode.
in From Dusk Till Dawn, that was the one type of pussy that Cheech Marin did not list off,
Did
was
not
dead
list.
pussy.
Come on in, pussy lovers. We got a
Pussy
amazing
for
selection of
everyone.
pussy.
You like red pussy, blue pussy, yellow
Black
pussy,
pussy,
black
yellow
New
pussy.
flavor.
We
Apple
got
pie
Spanish
pussy.
pussy.
Wet pussy, hot pussy.
If we don't got it, you don't want it.
No, honey.
You don't want it. And I love how he does the sniff. Smelly
Yep.
pussy.
He plays 3 roles in that movie. It's totally funny.
Good.
If you can find pussy for any cheaper, fuck it.
Fuck it.
I love that movie.
That's one of my favorites.
Yep.
It's goddamn good.
Now,
Oh.
What's this about, I wonder?
That looks
Wonder.
like Wonder Years.
Wonder
The
Years?
sequel to Wonder Years. Oh.
It's all grown up now. All right.
Hey, Fred Savage needs work too. I mean, I get it.
Solomon, oh dear God, brother.
That's not a movie. At what point? Where do you close the eyes? Where do you cover the ears? It's the whole fucking movie. Hey, Mom, here's the popcorn bucket. Just put this over your head. I'll tell you when it's done.
Especially when it starts with Juliette Lewis going, Reggie, would you do me a favor and eat my pussy for me? Please.
So Wonder Man, what are we wondering about the Man of Wonder?
Why'd you bring this one up, Kevin?
Yeah,
I wanted to fuck with the grammar on it. Be like, Wonder Man.
Wonder Bread?
Yeah, because
Where's the
I
color?
mean,
Put
Where's
a
the
question
comma?
mark at the end. Like,
With an
Man.
asterisk?
have you ever wondered, man? Like, wow.
What if
Far out, man.
CAT really spelled dog?
yeah, that's some deep thinking.
Yeah, man. Wow. Okay, dude.
I
What
fuck
if?
with a lot of fonts throughout the week, just making our stills,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all free. Like, we don't make any money. We just keep the lights on here. So I have to wonder, someone that works at Disney, how much did you make to put out this piece of fucking trash that's like Cheerios font? This is the Cheerios font.
It looks like yellow Helvetica. That's what I'm.
Yeah, like
To put it in perspective, they've been making their show for about 4 years.
Yeah.
yeah.
This was in production the same time WandaVision was.
Ooh,
What does that tell you?
I did not
That's not
know
good.
that.
Because it's
Next Blade?
Isn't it fucking Gugapu? Oh my god, I can't say his name. I'm gonna butcher it. The guy that played Black Manta. Oh my god.
Yep, it's him.
Oh, really?
Thank you. Yes,
Yep.
yes, thank you. Oh my god.
It is him. Yeah.
Ah,
So he's done 2
Gugap-
Aquaman movies in the time it took him to make one damn TV show.
Yeah.
Wow.
And a Matrix movie. Haha. Sorry.
So apparently the premise is he's an actor playing a superhero called Wonder Man, and he somehow gets these powers that turns him into this energy being, and the studio legally forces him to do these like heroic deeds to promote the TV show Wonder Man.
Oh, so it's Orgasmo rewrote.
More or less, yes. And he eventually
Oh,
learns
God.
to become becoming a hero. And I'm kind of like, dude, I don't like Simon on a Good Day. Like,
No.
I was never a fan of Wonder Man. I like the Grim Reaper, his brother. As
Yeah,
a
I've
villain,
heard, like,
I
the
like.
brother is actually way more interesting.
Oh, he is.
I can get past the fact that he's a white supremacist, but I didn't know that at the time when I dressed up as him as a kid.
The OG characters are white.
For
so-
Halloween, not like because it's school day.
Right.
Tuesday,
Look,
better
I
get
can
my hood on.
excuse racism, but holy shit, Jesus Christ! Oh, the things I learned with you guys. Wow. Oh my god.
Write it all down. There's going to be a quiz later.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why I brought my
gri-
notebook.
If they don't have the Grim Reaper on here, I'm gonna be so sad.
Probably
The Grim Reaper
not.
was
It wouldn't be
so
a good
cool.
show then.
Oh, so cool. Anyway,
Wow.
so this is going to be the slate for next year's Disney Plus TV. Spider-Man got pushed back from November to January, and then everything else continues on more or less as planned with Daredevil in March, Ironheart, Eyes of Wakanda, Marvel Zombies, which of course I'm not sure how many people really asked for, and Wonder Man
2.
which nobody asked for.
Nope.
0.
Yeah,
Hey.
Daredevil, I'm excited for.
I didn't
I
ask
hope
for
it's
Agatha
good.
all along, and I enjoyed that. So that's where I'm at on that one.
I agree with Solomon here, where the only thing I'm really looking forward to
Mhm.
is Daredevil. I
It needs
don't.
to be good.
Same.
Yeah,
Same.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not caring what I'm seeing for the Spider-Man show. I've not. The only thing I care about with Ironheart is whether or not Mephisto shows up and whether or not he looks cool.
Sasha
Which-
Baron Cohen, everybody.
Why Mephisto would show up in fucking Ironheart, I don't know. Got to replace Kang somehow.
A show that was finished production in January of 2023, everybody.
Yeah.
Zombies, the Marvel Zombies thing was popular 20 years ago when the
Yep.
zombies craze was going out of style.
Yeah, like with what?
20
Blackest
years
Night
ago.
for DC too? Like Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blackest Night was a damn good story, though.
Yeah, that was very good.
That's something I'd love.
I
to
even
see.
read that one.
That's something I'd like to see get adapted to like an animated movie.
Ooh.
That it hasn't yet so far is beyond me, but the
That
fact
it
they-
hasn't yet so far is a fucking crime.
Yeah. They did Paradox, or not Paradox, Flashpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it
Anyway.
sucked.
The movie was okay. Well, the Lego movie was okay. They sang in it. Dr. Fate sang in it.
Damn.
It's fate, Kevin.
Fuck
Destiny.
yeah, baby.
Who's calling you, Kevin? Destiny's calling you, Kevin.
You gotta hug it, Jeffrey. Hug it.
Destiny.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Sweet
Oh my
fickle
god.
bitch.
We've been watching The Tick. I apologize.
Oh, I gotta
Alright.
watch The Tick. That's on my list.
Oh,
That's
The
very-
Tick is phenomenal.
What?
We've got a whole episode
Oh.
coming out next week about it. Like, it's the greatest. So this is not only what's left of Phase 5, which is down here at the bottom, but up above is what is going to be slated for Phase 6. So ending out Phase 5 is going to be Captain America and then the Thunderbolts. These were all pictures that should have been last
2 years
year.
ago.
Yeah, the year before.
Yeah.
So Phase 6, we're finally getting out of COVID. Finally.
Yeah.
The coof.
About time.
I'm fine. You're not gonna get it through the screen, right? Everything's good.
Too late.
The problem here is the untitled Marvel movies. Like,
Yeah.
Oh Jesus! Everybody's screaming one of those is going to be Blade. It's fucking not. God damn.
done.
everybody.
Done.
no, it won't
Oh,
be
I think
Blade.
Blade's finished for sure.
Mhm.
Like I think I literally
They,
after
they have to start all the way the fuck over now.
I
Mhm.
think after Deadpool and Wesley Snipes,
Yep.
like everybody's reaction to that, I think they're just gonna go back to what? Let's bring old Blade back and fuck it.
Yep.
Like that's
They
Mhm.
might still use Mahershala in there somewhere, but he'll
Yeah.
probably play young Blade as opposed to older Blade.
Yes.
oof.
And only one can survive because it's a trope.
All right. Hey, as long as they're killing vampires and not doing
I
stupid
want
stuff.
to order.
Well, I want to see Wesley Snipes and Mahershala Ali just make out with each other in a Blade movie. You know, just full tongue, some
Hey, it's
some
Disney. It
finger,
could happen.
some finger banging on the butts or whatever. I don't know, man. Just I'll pay $20 for that.
So exciting.
by. Breathe.
Yeah.
Oh my god! You can't tell me to breathe after you drop that. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
God damn it! The timing.
My dog freaked out. We were listening to the podcast in my truck and had my dog with, and you guys were flipping on, all the time. She's all like, "What the hell is that?" I couldn't stop laughing. I almost crashed.
Well,
Alright,
please don't crash. We need you around, please. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kill the undead.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Spoiler alert.
A little early.
The big news for the night. The sequel to like the hugest grossing Toho film ever, Godzilla -1, is getting a sequel.
Yeah.
I have no math joke for that. Fodor's already gone. I can't do that. But it is
Let's do a
going to be
meth joke instead.
from the meth joke. Godzilla Myth 1. I'm really excited because I really liked Godzilla -1. I didn't get to see it in the theater. I watched it on my ginormously huge TV regardless. I watched it in black and white too. Golly, it's a beautiful flick. It's every bit as wonderful as the original Godzilla movie. I can't wait to see this sequel.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just saying I'm game because writer director and he's doing the visual effects again like he did in the first one. So, hey, they're basically telling them, "We liked what you did. Do it again."
I almost put this on as like a Saturday, just like, oh, I'll just kind of like half watch this, and I started it, and I was like, oh, no, Levi, you need like full fucking attention. So I actually haven't watched it yet. But it was like, I got the first 10 minutes in and it was like, I've never done that with a movie where I'm like, no. You need 100% attention on this. You're not going to half-ass this. It was like, I put something else on instead. I was like, God damn.
The phone goes away. Everything gets shut off.
That's what I mean, where it was like, no. I don't want any distractions. I want just this movie.
You gotta put your blinders on so nothing distracts you.
It is
a really strong movie to do that to me, and this is one of them. So
yeah.
Otherwise, it's like, I'll do a couple things while I'm doing this. I'll fold laundry. I'll whatever.
Well, you
have
a
Saturday movie. Yeah.
You have a main character that shouldn't care about anything, and he cares about everything, and you're caring about him caring about everything. You're just like, this fucking movie.
And self-sacrifice and redemption. God, it's like human aspect in a Godzilla movie. Why can't America fucking figure this out?
No.
There you go.
That would have been like an entire theater busting a nut.
My theater had a bunch of teens that were screaming and hooting and hollering the whole fucking time.
In a good way, or
no? They were screwing around. It was like about like 12 teens. They were all couples. They were just like not even interested in the movie. I'm like, the fuck are you even doing in here now? Like, get the fuck out of here. I was shutting them up like half the movie. I'm like, yo, shut the fuck up down there.
That's when it's okay to, where it should be okay to like taser your neighbor.
I did that at Jurassic Park when I was in high school.
You
There's some guys in front of me being way too loud and got pissed. I don't know what happened. I just snapped and I just popped the guy in the back of the head and he just went out.
Neat.
Actually, the limitations expired.
It was neat.
Jesus Christ.
That was 20 years ago.
It's hardcore.
He was on the football team and
oh, okay.
I was the most hated person in the school. They're like, we don't know who the guy was, but man, he knocked him out for no reason. I'm like,
yeah, that
wasn't
sucked,
being an asshole.
First of all, that loud motherfucker pissed himself all over the floor.
Yeah, don't fuck with me when I'm watching a movie in the theater.
God, that's my biggest problem these days. It's hard to go to the theater. The last one I went to was Venom, and everybody was a gem. So I was like, all right.
Yeah, last one we went and saw Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice, and it was a great crowd in there. Everybody was good. We all laughed at same scenes, and I haven't been to a movie where the whole theater laughs with you, in a long
That was
time.
Terrifier 3 for me. Like everybody was just like a good goddamn time. I'm like, this I miss.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
That was Deadpool for me. That was the last one I went to see, and like
Yeah.
everyone was having a good time. Like there was
Yep.
kids there that were like my kids' age that shouldn't have been there that were having a
Yeah, we
great
saw that at
time.
our theater too.
Yeah.
And the parents didn't give a shit like I wouldn't have given a
Mm-hmm.
shit. And it's just kind of like, you know what? This is awesome. Everyone's having a good time. Fuck
It's
it.
fine.
Yeah.
Wow.
But no, Godzilla
glad
Minus One Part 2. Let's go.
Yeah.
Now I got to watch the first part. Now I've got a reason to
It's
watch the first part.
really
too.
good.
Yeah.
You can do it in black and white or color. It is on
Mhm.
Netflix if you have Netflix. Otherwise, it's out on like home video now too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And black and white or color, it makes no difference. They're both
Yeah.
it's
stunning.
great.
Yeah.
Either way.
I have 1337x.to. That's what I have.
Lead speak,
That's-
everybody.
No, it's not. That's for anybody in the audience that actually gets that. That'll be fun.
Let me dig out my ICQ member number and we'll talk later.
Mhm.
You'll
My
see it.
ICQ.
just type it into your URL and you'll figure it out.
Kevin
keep-
sent me a different URL, but it's I think they all work either way.
Ural sounds too close to urology, and I just don't like that word. So let's go on.
Ooh.
Agatha time.
Agatha.
Yay!
So
I just finished this the other night. This is great.
this is Aubrey Plaza
Yeah.
in what everyone thought was the CG makeup that they put her in. No, there was no CG in Agatha. They
Yeah.
said that at the very beginning.
They
No-
ran out of budget money. They spent it all on Acolyte.
Yeah, like I don't know if they asked for a budget or not. I've been watching some of the behind the scenes, and the set
Mhm.
was all one big set. And
Yeah.
they just shot at a bunch of different angles, and it was beautiful. And when they invited the crew in for the first time, like everyone was in coats because it was so cold, but they were seeing how intricate this set was for the first time, like the leaves on the ground, the paper leaves, and how much time the crew put into putting this whole thing together. And the makeup on this was no different. Like there was no CGI. They did it all practical effects. And Aubrey Plaza looked absolutely amazing.
Oh yeah.
Because you wondered, oh, okay, she's
Yeah.
gonna look like they said she's gonna be Lady Death. Is she gonna have the skull face? And they gave her half and half, and that
That
was
beautiful.
probably better
Yeah.
Yeah.
than the whole
Because
thing.
even looking at her eyes in the bottom right picture, like she has enough skull in like just those, like her eyes are so big that they do the deep like
Mhm.
socket
Like
of a
the
skull.
sockets,
Like
yeah.
Yeah. And she was absolutely amazing.
Oh,
Mhm.
she
Yeah.
really was.
God damn, she
And-
was.
I can't wait to see I can't wait for this to hit disc, and I hope Disney puts enough effort into
Yeah.
the behind the scenes, not just
Mm-hmm.
what they show on
Mhm.
Disney Plus assembled. Because it looks like there was a lot of fun work that went into this show.
That's what happens when you write the script out before you start shooting.
She-Hulk.
Oh,
What are you talking about? I don't know what you.
Uh,
Right
so-
on, Kevin.
But anyhow, I wanted to point out that Aubrey Plaza as Lady Death wins the Robert Picardo Totally Wood Award.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Totally.
Oh my god! I use this as a reference all the time. I love you so much. Like he gets raped, well, yeah, kind of raped by like a lady gremlin, and it's just like nobody ever understands this. And I love you guys so much right now. And it's that smirk. It's that fucking smirk at the end where he's like,
fuck it.
He was willing. There was no rape.
Well, the initial smirks and smooches, there's a little rape connotation, but then he's like, you know what? I bet that pussy's green.
The holodeck program.
Yes, we got to bring back
the rest
dead
of
pussy
Voyager know
Wonderland.
about.
Holy war. Holy shit. Wow. Oh my God. That was beautiful. I love you so much.
We got to party with us more often, Levi.
I have actually, I think I've messaged either you or Kevin where it's like, I'll come on sometime, but I never got an invite back. So
We're
somebody.
It had to be Kevin.
We're here every week, and you're in the green room now. So as long as we don't take you out, you're in.
No, well, admittedly, usually I do my live show. It's either on Friday or Saturday, and it starts at like 8 or 9. So I think you're about halfway in my regular point of time that I'm usually doing stuff. So
Saturdays
I'm
are
here for
usually
you.
busy nights for a lot of other streamers, so it's like, whatever, we're doing ours as is.
That was my thought too. Just fuck it, throw it to the wind. But yeah, I'll make more time for you guys. Hell yeah.
Speaking of which, will you tell us about that show, and then we'll lead into what you did last weekend?
Yeah, because
what was the show? What was the show again?
Talking Tremors, everybody.
What the show was called? It's around here. It's in my notes somewhere.
TDs.
Oh, wait, maybe it's behind me. Is the
TDs?
show behind me?
Is that
somewhere?
a butt?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, you can play with them if you want. I usually play with them on stream. It's the whole thing. Hey, man, look, I got to get the TikTok viewers interested somehow. So anyway, well, it's funny that you guys ask because I blame YouTube for the fact that I have a show. Like, legitimately, it was their idea. Fucking almost, it would be about 3 years ago, I think, in January, to do a talking Tremors show. And yeah, that. So obviously, on Talking Tremors, we talk about Dune and Footloose. That's our main bread and butter. Those are our big two. God, I make that joke all the time. But yeah, no. I didn't know I was coming on here to talk about my show. Hold on, stuff. Wait, I'm panicking, so I have to go to my panic mode. Everything's fine. How are you? I'm good.
Oh, where'd Levi
Everything's
go?
good. Levi's gone. Oh God, where'd he go?
He lost the stash.
It traveled all the way to Santa Fe, so it's not as sticky anymore. The Santa Fe heat has made it go.
I was gonna say, not after that weather. Goodness.
No. But yeah, no. Like I said, I run the Talking Tremors podcast. I usually do a live show every Friday or Saturday when I'm feeling like it. I interview cast and crew, or I have actually Kevin and Jeff were some of my first guests that I had on the show, and I've had a standing order to get both of them on at once for at least the last 2 years. So we have to make that officially happen because Kevin's episode was a complete failure and also one of my favorites of all time.
That's
because
true.
we had
Kevin, what did you do to him?
No, it was technical difficulties. Kevin couldn't get his episode to play, so that it actually became the format of the show of me just bullshitting with someone about Tremors and other things for the next 2.5 hours. So I blame Kevin for where I'm at right now. That's how that goes.
I am a happy accident.
Yes,
as always.
That's what your mama calls you.
Yeah, I was
Middle of the text tape.
If she called me.
Oh.
Wait a second.
Your mom's calling me every night, Kevin. I'll send her your way, man.
Yeah,
That's
Levi
fine.
does not issue refunds, dude.
No. But yeah, I don't know. I hate promoting myself. I came on here to not promote myself. It was, and honestly, I must say thank you for having me on. You guys are fucking hilarious. So what do you want me to say? You got to feed me at this point.
Okay.
Usually
So,
feed me.
Last weekend, I missed out my vacation. I'm having this horrible fucking situation where I'm having to move. So all of my plans got rearranged. I was supposed to go to Santa Fe to meet up with you and possibly Jeff to see the second annual Trimmers Festival.
What?
I didn't get to make that, but you did.
Oh, I did. Did I get to go to that?
I heard you were there because I heard a speech that sounded like you were screaming in the background. It sounded like you were
That was something like, I fucking did it.
I did. It was. I did. That was the exact fucking words too. So honestly, I've been wanting Jeff to go because I know he lives in Arizona. I'm assuming.
Next year I'll be able to make it. This year was a
cool.
bit wonky with family stuff.
Well, next year I've been working with the people at the Lone Pine Museum where they filmed the original Tremors, and we want to take it out to there for the 35th anniversary and the third Tremors Fest. But what? Oh shit! What?
35 years.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, don't need the reminders about us getting old.
That sciatica will start kicking in soon, Kevin. So.
Goosebumps. I remember the VHS for seeing it for the first time. Where 35 fucking years.
I have to get on my Atlanta Hawks hat.
You know, we were only about 40 years old out there in the middle of the desert filming our little worm movie, and you know, I just gotta say that. You know, thank you so much.
Thank
you. He only looks like he's 55.
Steve is 75 years old. I actually asked him this last year, and I was like, what the fuck?
Another Steve, everybody.
No, I mean that. That was my like, what the fucking fuck, right? I know, dude.
He looks great.
He does, doesn't he? So anyway, to get to the meat and potatoes of it is that we did Tremors Fest, and this is actually probably how I first met Jeff and Kevin. Is that I've been on a bit of a crusade for the last almost 4 years of the rights to Tremors got taken away from Stampede Entertainment, which is Steve Wilson, Brent Maddock, Nancy Roberts, and Ron Underwood. And if we're here talking about stupid Hollywood decisions, there's a great big one in terms of that. You know, they made the first 4 Tremors movies and Tremors the series. They're working on Tremors 5 for like 10 years, and then Universal was like, no, fuck you, we know what we're doing better, and they took everything away from them. And it was really stupid, and I actually hooked them up with a lawyer by the name of Mark Toberoff, who's a guy that got the rights back for Victor Miller for Friday the 13th, Terminator for James Cameron, Predator for Jim and John Thomas. I think it's Jim and John Thomas. And it was hey, look, these guys need help. Can you help them? Managed to hook them up, and for the last like 3 years or so, we've all kind of been working to get the rights back, and finally we got not all of the rights back, but the rights to the original Tremors screenplay. And here's that. So I'm already here, so I'm going to do the technical of it. So what it is, this copyright law, this loophole is that after 35 years, the original creators can petition to regain the rights to something that they created, as long as they created it outside of the studio. So if Universal Studios, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying.
So if Universal Studios said, hey, go make us a giant underground worm movie, and then, you know, Steve and Brent went and wrote that, that would be Universal's property. But because Steve and Brent had actually been writing Tremors for like 5 years. Like, that's why it's such a great script, is it was literally like after Short Circuit, they started writing this movie and then shopped it around for years while they worked on drafts or whatever, and then finally started filming it in 89. And so then the loophole is that, okay, because they came up with that idea, they can now get that rights back. However, what it means is then for Tremors 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then all that in between, because Universal said, well, we want sequels to this, here's money, you know, make sequels to it. That's technically Universal asking them to make something. So then that means it becomes a little bit harder to, it is still their copyright and still their IP. It's not, we're now at a different negotiation table in terms of trying to get those rights. And then even more so, and this is actually the hard thing, and Steve was like, this was Steve's biggest lament when I was talking to him that weekend, was that they don't have the foreign rights. So they have all the rights to distribute a movie in America. But as we know in this day and age, you have to be able to distribute it in foreign markets to actually make any money of any kind. So that's the other thing about going to the table. And so working on that and trying to work on some merch. Actually, Leela Lee, who played Jodie Chang in Tremors the series, she has the Angry Little Girls line of comics and stuff like that. She's working with Steve and all of that, or Steve, I got to say Stampede, right now to like find some merchandising rights. And then the lawyer himself, Mark Toberoff, wants them to do kind of like a Prey sequel because they have, like I said, they have the original screenplay, which means graboids and all of those characters. So, okay, if you can't use anything else, then just like go back in time or do a Tremors 4 because I fucking love Tremors 4. And just go backwards a little bit and do that and do the Prey thing, do Native Americans and graboids or something like that or whatever.
There's wiggle room.
There's enough there. Like I said, and everybody, honestly, I love Shriekers. I have a little baby Shrieker sitting here that someone 3D printed me.
Oh, rad.
And I love Shriekers. Ass Blasters less so, and it's not even a name. But Graboids, that there's enough recognition there for the franchise and the brand and the saga and all that you could do something. Like you can make something happen. And I know for Steve and that team, I keep saying Steve because honestly I'm wearing the glasses. I gotta take these glasses off, put my other glasses on. These glasses are all fake. I don't actually need glasses. That they want to be able to bring everyone back, you know, obviously Finn and Kevin and Reba and Robert Jane and Ariana Richards and Charlotte Stewart and of course Michael Gross to do a legitimate sequel back in perfection. But, and I must say this, not to erase any canon, because that's everybody's biggest fear is doing a remake or a reboot, but they want to, you don't have to reference it, but they don't want to erase it either in terms of that. So that's the,
well, you can do that and honor Earl as a character too. Like just have him come back to say goodbye to Earl and something happens.
Yeah.
Keep it simple.
There you go.
Honestly, my go ahead.
Or it could be something in between Hiram and Bert.
That's still some generations away.
Yeah.
And that gives Steve a chance to get to a real Gatling gun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfection is a very timeless town. It does not change very much at all from part 4 to part 1. No, or from part 4 to the TV series. Like it doesn't change much at all. So there's a whole lot that you could do in between part 4 and part 1 to have Mr. Gross involved, but not be Bert necessarily, not be Hiram.
Yes, I actually pitched to Michael last year because the original idea for Tremors 4 was that he wanted to play his great-great-great-grandmother, which was a red-haired woman, like super big and butch and everything. And since that didn't happen, I was like, well, hey, what if we go Middle Ages and you play Bert Gummer's great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmother in like night times, and you're doing like castles and graboids would be a fun one to do in terms of that. And he was actually, he laughed, he was into it. So it's like, okay, there's like, let's keep going.
He's really engaged with everything.
Oh yeah, and that's where I said I think it was behind the scenes or in this that like Michael Gross at Tremors Fest or at conventions, that man will sit and fucking talk to every single person for way longer than he needs to. And I love him for it. One of my favorite memories from last year's Tremors Fest was his wife Elsa. It's like midnight on the first day of Tremors Fest, and he has to leave. He's not going to be there the other days. And his wife Elsa with her coat, just like, Michael. I know that, I know that you're trying to like give everybody, but like, I am so fucking tired. Can we like please go? And she wasn't like saying it, but it was all the body language and everything. I've seen Caitlin do that enough where it's like, oh my god, buddy, you need to go home. Like she's gonna fucking murder you. And so that's how much he loves Tremors. And obviously we know Kevin wanted to come back, and even Reba. And I know Reba wants to do a Marvel movie, but I know she would also do Tremors. She wants to come back. So it's all there. Even our most hated guy, John Bernthal, I would cast as Earl Bassett's son. That's always my big one.
That would work.
Yeah.
Like if
Helen
we're
Shaver's still alive, she could come back too.
Yep. Well, technically, but we can't use.
but can't use the character. But
Yes. Now you're getting it. We don't have to use those specific characters, but we can go
she
back
doesn't
in
have to
time
be
a little
Miss
bit.
Playboy 1971.
Yep.
Yes. So a good writer, and as much as I know that those guys they are exquisite writers, can come up with a really good idea.
They'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And they are trying to. It's not necessarily that they're writing a movie or making one right now. They are trying to explore the options to figure out how to make one currently. So.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I have talked too long and nobody has made a joke. I don't like this. Somebody say something about green pussies. Oh my God! I can't say this. Thank you. Oh my God! Thank you.
I do have one question for you, Levi. I was at a convention a couple of months ago, and there's like a Tremors comic book out there. Do you know anything about that? I heard it was like somewhat licensed from Stampede or whatever.
Hold on 1 second, because I
got. Oh my God! I saw it. I almost bought it, but I'm like, I don't know if this is legit or not.
Yes.
Yep. That's the one.
Actually, they have issue 1, and then do I have issue 2 here? Yes, issue 2.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I haven't unpacked officially from Tremors Fest.
I totally meant to ask you about this, like when I saw that, but I'm like, I got to get out of the convention because I had other stuff going on.
So
I almost bought those.
You should. And actually, this is what I tell anybody. If you see anything that's Tremors, even if it's not official, buy it. Because the current missive or MO or mission, the modus operandi of what we're trying to do with Stampede is that the more we can all distinguish Tremors from Universal, because the lawyer's having a really hard time right now with Universal because of Tremors 5, 6, and 7. Universal gets to be like, yeah, but we kept like the franchise going. Like it's not you, like it's those 3 movies that we made in the span of 5 years.
Though.
Yeah.
No one wanted them. No one.
It's fine. It's fine. I have 70 episodes of a show we can rant about on that. But they're not okay. This is the exact wording. They're not officially licensed because at that point that's still Universal, because obviously there's shriekers and ass blasters in there. What they are is approved, and that really means like Stampede Entertainment, like talk. The comic book guys were at Tremors Fest last year and talked to Steve. Like they physically talked to Steve, and he was like, I don't care, like I can do it, why not? So that's where trying to make things that distinguish away from Universal, that is the goal right now. I'm actually in talks with a couple other comic book guys too, and I must point this out. There's actually a really great comic that a friend of mine made that you don't have to agree with the content of it, but I have to point it out, that the greatest love story never told, No Breakfast, where Val is a trans man and Earl is very handsy, and it's really great. It's honestly great art in terms of like that or whatever. And I actually produced this one. My name is in the back here as like, art story by Ben and produced by Levi. So I produced this very sensual 18+ comic. And then I'm working with a couple other guys. Joshua Pruitt, who worked on Phineas and Ferb, would like to make some books and some animations. So we're working on that. There's another dude I can't remember his name right now. We're working on comics. Same thing with games. There's a guy that Steve was talking to that wants to make a Tremors pinball. It's so the big thing here.
I want that Graboid video game, damn it.
Yes. Yes, all of it. If you can make something Tremors that's Stampede Entertainment wise, please fucking make it. Anybody that's listening, that's my please. I beg you, please.
I just want a Graboid head in that corner, mounted on the wall.
Yeah, I can get you the 3D print files if you got a 3D printer.
My son actually does.
Who was it that made that? Was that
Richard Farron made that actually?
Okay.
It's my job to know, Kevin. It's my job to know. He spent 2 years on that, I think. Like legitimately making that big fucking head and everything. Like, oh goddamn, that was fucking cool.
And then mounting it.
Yeah. And his wife let him do it.
Like, I'd be shot already by thinking about it.
I think there was even like an agreement on space to be used. Like if he mounted that, she got an extra room in the house to do other things. Like that was his like verbal agreement with the which is totally fair on that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
got
any
mad
other-
it's not for sale. I was like all excited because it was just a 2-hour drive from me, and I was like, "Oh, that thing looks." The guy's showing all the photos of it and everything, and I'm like, "Oh, how much would you like?" And he's like, "Well, it's authentic and all this." I'm like, "Great, you got the proofs of it?" And he's like, "The what?" Nice talking to you. I mean, he's like, "Well, what is proofs?" I'm like, "Proof,
certificate of authentication?
No, proof of purchase, certificate of authentication. Oh, it's real. It's real. I picked it up from a guy who told me it's 100% real."
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
For a 2-hour drive from now. 20-minute drive, I'd go over and look, but
yeah, but 2 hour, I was like, no,
yeah,
it's too far.
Not worth it.
So I've
He
been
probably
like,
had a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you too.
Got it
Nice
from
and,
Andy Garcia's brother.
no, this guy, I looked up his other stuff he sold, and it was like nothing
A little
he
too
could prove
shady.
was real.
Yeah.
He only sold 10 items they said were movie props, and I'm like,
real.
No certificate of authenticity, no proof of purchase.
Right.
And if you're paying that much for something, you might as well just like do it right.
Well, he wanted $5,000 for it, and I'm like, ooh.
That's yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, I'm like, it better have everything for
Yeah.
that price.
That better know exactly where my prostate's at for $5,000.
But without all that, I'll give you a Chris high five. That's all.
Right on,
brother.
I'm sorry.
That's when you do the excuse me. How much did you say?
Let
Baking
me
powder?
check my checkbook here. Hold on.
Nope.
But yeah, I'm trying to think of anything more Tremors-y, newsy out there. I don't know. I'm trying to can't think of anything more fun than that. That's my. I got a bunch of phone numbers. I got Ron Underwood's phone number this weekend and Michael Gross's phone number. I got to find out a way to use those. That seemed like a brag. I'm just honestly just going through my head of like good things that happen.
Call and be like,
"That's
what are you
cool."
thinking about?
Yeah, yeah.
I just called to shoot the shit with you.
Yeah.
Like-
Hey, Michael, are you dead?
Are you dead? I've got a couple numbers that I can't say I have, but I'm sure you guys know that I do. That I'm just kind of like, I look at it every once in a while on my speed dial and be like, do I text and be like, what are you thinking about?
Yeah, I got a couple too, and I'm like, do I bother them or just let them live their life?
Yeah,
You know,
I got
you're
one.
gonna hate me for this, but the one that I got last year, and I use it all the time, was I got the director of Tremors 5, 6, and 7's phone number, Don Michael Paul, because he legit like he said something in a Q&A where he's like, you know, I used to use social media, and then I saw how much you all hated my movies, my Tremors movies, and I stopped. And I like internally laughed because I was like, that probably wasn't me, but it might have been. And then it was funny because during the Q&As, like if someone didn't have a question, I actually had the answer to it. Like during the fucking Tremors Fest Q&As. And we're coming out of the theater and Don's like, hey, you seem to like know a lot about Tremors. Like what's up with you? And I'm like, oh, you know, I run the Talking Tremors podcast and I do all this stuff or whatever. And I may not have said some things about you in a previous. And he's like, so you're one of the haters. And I was like, yes, sir. I sure was. And he was like, well, hey, next time you want to hate me for real, here's my phone number. And like typed it into my phone. And I was like, son of a bitch. And I must say, as much as I on his movies, incredibly nice guy. And I'm usually messaging him like Tremors news and stuff. And I was just like, it gave me a little bit more respect for him. I must admit that. Not so much the movies. I give them a different lens or whatever, but like him as a director trying his best to make those. And he really got harangued by like Universal. I always go back to that. It's the fucking studio. It's Universal gave him like no money to actually make a movie, and he still managed to like shit one out. So I just kind of like, okay, Don. All fair in love and war.
I didn't mind 5 and 6, but the last one was like, And I don't blame directors typically. It's mostly on the script and the screenwriting that he was given that he had to adapt and actually make work. And it's like, can't blame the director on that. Now, if he had a hand in writing it, okay.
Yeah.
That I could be like, yeah, bro, you kind of helped with that.
Well, he
You're
did.
just directing
He did.
another script, so
He did help write 7, so I'm not going to throw him under the bus. I'm just going to state that he did help write 7. But
blasphemy.
I know. Well, that wasn't helped either by Jamie Kennedy. Like the studio literally didn't want to pay him. Like they, as much as I don't like Jamie, like he's all right in those ish movies. He's definitely like Randy in Scream, but it was like no, the studio literally didn't want to pay him what he was owed for that. So it's definitely like okay, I get that. It pisses me off because there's all these things that do you go back to an earlier thing of. So anybody will go to the theater for Tremors. There's that great line that Steve has that the Universal used to tell him, we could sell an empty box named Tremors. And you could, because there's definitely a good history of good movie making here that has been absolutely tarnished by some less than great studio decision making. So again, somebody put a quarter in me. Please take it out or I'm going to poop it out. I can't do this. This is my show now. Oh,
you're welcome.
There you go, Steve.
Cool. Wow. So how about that Agatha all along show? Am I right? What's the bullshit?
So they promised to end that show on a big gay explosion. And like they asked Aubrey Plaza, why did you sign on for this? Is this good? Because this, we heard that this was going to be like an explicitly gay show, and she's like, yeah, like it ends with like, well, I signed on for that. It ends with a big gay explosion, and it did. And all I could think of when she said this, like, I hope like
I thought so.
2 people kiss. And there's a big explosion. Like, I hope it's literally a big explosion. And it was. And I clapped. I stood up and I clapped. Like, fuck yeah! So simple. It's perfect.
So you hated it then. Okay, that's fine. Cool. Walking away from that one.
Totally hated it. And the fact that it was even gay, you were just kind of like, oh, yeah, I guess it was. They snuck that in there, didn't they? Fuck them. Crazy bastard.
Better than Acolyte.
Good. I didn't watch any of it. So.
No, like, this is like 10 times way more gay than Acolyte was. Way more gay than Acolyte was. But it's like 1,000% better writing wise, way better acting. Yeah. Like it was a good show.
He drove away in a Subaru. That's how gay it was, man.
Was it at least an impression?
No, but honestly, I just finished Agatha. Like me and Caitlin binged it in like a day, and I really appreciated that as a TV show. I just had to say that. That was my recent pop culture thing. That's not just fucking Tremors. Like I really liked a show that knew what it was doing from the outset, and even like that I love a great twist when it's telegraphed too, and it makes you feel like a fucking idiot for like, oh my god, that was there the whole fucking time, and they made every episode count too, which is always the thing I hate about Marvel shows where there's those fillers and whatever, but they made every single fucking one mean something. And I was just like, God damn, yes. I can't wait to rewatch it. That's why I wanted to talk about it. It was even Caitlin was sick and she's like, she came in like on episode 2 or 3 and she's like, and then we kept watching it and she's like, I need to rewatch this when I'm not sick because this has been amazing. I'm like, you have no idea. Oh my God, yes. So yes, that was a show I didn't want, but I'm glad that I got in the end. I just had to go that show.
Yeah, I wanted it. I could say I wanted it, but I didn't want it to be bad. And when they held it over for 2 years, like, golly, I was nervous because I liked Agatha's character in WandaVision. And more importantly, I liked WandaVision. WandaVision made Wanda more important in the MCU than what she really is even in the comics. Like she's cool in the comics, she's historic, but she's never like a standout character per se. WandaVision made Wanda stand out in the MCU. The two of them together, like it made them cool and relevant, not just back West Coast Avengers characters. And I appreciated it a lot. Like the work that they put into that show really paid off. And then when you watched Falcon and Winter Soldier after that, you were kind of like, well, this is okay too.
No.
But it wasn't as good as that first series. Like I don't think anything outside of Werewolf by Night came as close to being as good as WandaVision.
Loki. I was gonna say Loki would have been my other one. Loki was another like, but it goes back to knowing what you're doing before you fucking hire anybody. You like that script. That script is your most important fucking thing, and then everything else comes after. You have to know that like ahead of time, or it's just bullshit.
Yes, and they didn't have that with Doctor Strange, and that's why they did Wanda dirty in Doctor Strange.
So I rewatched WandaVision yesterday, and then I was like, "Oh, I'm done with WandaVision. I'll go on to Multiverse of Madness." And I liked Multiverse of Madness in the theaters, but watching it immediately after WandaVision, I was like, "Oh, I see the complaints now." Okay.
That makes no sense.
That wasn't even like a 180. That was like an inverse Mobius into its own ass. I was like, oh man, ouch! It did. Like I was bored. Like I was legitimately like, oh man, I like loved rewatching WandaVision immediately after Agatha. And it was like, oh, these things are. I see the way that this flows or whatever. And then Multiverse, I was like, oh, Sam. Really, man? Out of everything, that's goddamn. That sucks.
He was fixing somebody else's movie. He didn't get to do that from beginning to end, though.
That's true. Yeah.
And that's been the problem with Marvel. When they pass one thing off to another director, like they only give them bits and pieces. They don't show them the whole story. Like, no, dude, you needed to have shown Sam the entire fucking spectrum of what you're doing. In fact, get him involved in it because he's a master at horror. If you're going to make Wanda a supernatural character, maybe get someone like him involved to be like an executive producer all the way around, like Luis Esposito is all the time.
Yeah.
Well, he sounds like Sam's coming back for Doctor Strange 3.
Yeah. At least from the start. That's literally, I'm not trying to bring it back on purpose. That was literally the problem with Tremors 5, 6, and 7, is that there is this lore and this theme and everything from 1 through 4 in that TV show. You can feel all of that. And then boom, you're like, whoa. And I mean, Michael's there, and you can tell that Michael is just fucking pulling everything in the background to keep things going. But you don't have 4 separate people who's a writer, 2 writers, a director, and a producer whose specific job is to know everything about Tremors, carrying that for. And it's just like, no, it and I use Tremors as the example, but that just applies to everything in terms of like, just give it to the people that actually know what they're doing. Don't just like half-ass this and kind of throw it off to someone who maybe might know what they're doing, but doesn't have
to
the
make
full
money
story.
with this. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's important that they got Jack Schaefer to do Agatha again. Because
I didn't even realize she did WandaVision. Yeah.
Because if you don't watch WandaVision, or at least the final episode of WandaVision, before going into Agatha, you're going to be very bored, if not stop at episode 1. Episode 1 was not good and doesn't make a whole lot of sense until either you get to episode 2 or you just finish watching WandaVision, because in WandaVision, that's where she gets cursed to get put into a TV series of the week or whatever, that she's going to live out some fantasy. And then you're seeing her in that first episode living out this fantasy. And then she gets broken out from the curse and she's in our regular MCU as we see it. But it's that first 40 minutes where you're kind of like, okay, this is weird. Where is this going? Is she going after Wanda's killer? Is Wanda dead? Is this about Wanda? There's this weird MacGuffin where you're not sure what's happening in the first episode. And it really takes a while to get going. But once it does, if you could survive that first 30 to 40 minutes, gosh, it's such a fun show.
Yeah.
Especially
And
when the horror really started to kick in.
yeah. And it did, and there were consequences. When people died, they were actually dead in the show.
Yeah,
They didn't.
they stayed dead.
I totally thought that Kitty Foreman was going to come back to life. Like I did. It was like,
Yeah.
oh no.
I was
Oh, is she
hoping.
dead? I did too, because I just love her as an actress.
Yeah.
Deborah Jo Rupp just kicks ass, but it was like, oh no.
Yeah.
She dead. She big dead.
Yeah.
She big dead.
Dead.
I thought
She's
she was
better
gonna
than
come
dead.
back as
Not
Mephisto.
even mostly dead. Just
Yeah.
dead.
Mostly dead.
Sorry, Kevin. What you? Sorry, you were talking. I heard you.
Oh, I was saying I was hoping she was going to come back as Mephisto, maybe like in the.
Jesus Christ.
But no, they did nothing of the sort. And you could see in the show where they took Kang out. Kang would have been in the Patti LuPone episode where she talks about how time is not fluid. All different things happen at the same time. And you interpret it differently. And the way they filmed that episode was very Pulp Fiction-ish. And it was so cool to watch. And then it shows you flashbacks of things you've seen of Patti LuPone freaking out about throughout the entire episode or throughout the entire series. And you're like, oh my God, it all makes sense now. So like they designed this show to make you want to go back and rewatch it once you're done finishing watching it.
And that episode, that was one where, like, she's going to die. You see this all coming. And that impact of her not only dying, but then accepting herself and, like, what she's done. It's just, like, it's heart-wrenching, but heartwarming at the same time. Like, oh, my damn God. Like, writing. I go back to it all the time where it's like, man, writing is so fucking important. Like, I can't yell about it enough. Like,
where
God
she
damn.
tells Jen, I loved being a witch. I'm like, oh, girl, no.
All right, guys. I got to bounce out of here.
We should all go. We've been talking too much. So sorry, Chad.
Yeah, no worries.
Have a good night, Chad.
All
Yeah,
right,
pleasure
y'all
meeting
take
you,
it
man.
easy. Yeah.
See ya.
See you again.
We will.
On Agatha, though, what got me, because when Audrey Plaza walked up to the background, I just got it. I was like, oh, shit. I think I figured this out. It's not reality. This whole Witch's Road is fake. It's. I'm like, oh, is he creating it like his mom did? And I'm like, oh, I'll find out. And then when I got to the end, I was like, oh, good. I was right. But just seeing that, like, she really cut into that background was just amazing.
Leaning into that lack of budget. Like, literally, like, oh, that's a fake bat. Oh, my God. No.
Yeah.
Okay, death just ripped through reality.
Yeah.
And then even adding that extra later. Oh, no. That wasn't even a reality. That was a fake one on top. Holy fucking. Oh, my God. That was one of my favorite things in the whole show was that little tiny fucking moment.
Yep.
Like, God damn. I didn't even figure it out. I must say, it was only until, like, Billy came back to his bedroom and then put the pieces together that I was like, of course, this was the thing the whole fucking time. But just that, like I said, that one, it was so death in that aspect of like, I don't give a shit. Fuck you. This is my world. You're all just living in it. God damn, was that cool? Sorry. God damn it. Sorry. It is cool. Sorry. God damn it was cool. Sorry. I don't mean to keep saying sorry, but it was so fucking awesome. I'm coming down. I'm not even high. I haven't had any drugs or anything. This is just a 100% sober. That was awesome, man. That was just fucking cool.
It was cool because you kept having to ask yourself, and they kept asking you, what is at the end of the road? And at first we were all being led to believe that Kang was at the end of the road. Kang wrote the Darkhold. And the Darkhold was more or less a MacGuffin in this series. What was at the end of the road was a MacGuffin in the series. Or at least that's what they turned it into. And so they kind of went with that concept of how do we end She-Hulk? Well, what's the bad guy at the end of She-Hulk? Well,
there is none.
What if we don't have a bad guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then what? And they did it better than what they did with She-Hulk in this. Like, you felt more satisfied at the end of this. There is a crescendo of sorts. There is a final battle, but there is no the bad guy. You're not going to see the baddie for the next Dark Universe type movie.
Yeah.
Nothing like that, but you still walk away feeling very satisfied where you're like, you know what? That was still a damn good story. That was still really cool for Agatha. That was still really cool for Billy. And you still walk away not really missing Wanda that much. Like, well, I mean, you do miss Wanda, but not like, you don't feel like, well, they're still doing her dirty. Just like, oh, well, she'll be back. She'll be back.
Well, it serves the purpose of the point of a MacGuffin in storytelling is that it is simply an object that pushes the characters to go on an adventure. The real thing that you're supposed to gain is whatever, transformation that you go through throughout the journey. Like that's the, Indiana Jones. It's not really about the arc. It's not really about the Holy Grail. It's about Indy learning certain things along the way to become a different person. And that's literally with all of it. Like death isn't a bad guy. Death is, we all die. This is a part of it. Billy's learning, that he is powerful, that he does bad things, but that doesn't mean that he's a bad person. Even Agatha, which was one of my favorite things, it didn't even stop her from being a villain.
Yeah,
like
no.
it kept her as like, no, you're still a pretty shitty fucking person. However, there is this aspect of you, this humanizing aspect that like, okay, maybe we can see that. And that's why you're doing some things, but also you still kind of suck.
She's a rancid bitch with one soft spot, and that's Billy.
Yep.
She likes Billy and Tommy. She enjoyed babysitting them. Like, she sincerely enjoyed watching the boys for Wanda during WandaVision.
Sometimes, Billy, boys just die. Like, that line just fucking hit. And then even knowing the episode after, and that was one that I was like, oh, damn, girl, there's that just hurts. You can, I imagine, I was going to say Hitler. Why did my mind go there? But for some reason I was thinking of Hitler and the dog painting from It's Always Sunny, where it's like, okay, so Hitler liked dogs. That was his one. Maybe that one dog was his like motivation. His dog died when he was young or whatever, and that was his one motivation to be an asshole. I'm not excusing Hitler on this podcast, guys.
But it was a dog, so we get it. Did we just lose Levi?
I think so. You hear that? He froze.
Oh man, YouTube just nailed him.
Hear that, or he kicked the cord out. It was excitement.
That wasn't me, I promise.
I said Hitler and I killed the whole stream. I'm sorry. My bad. Walt Disney is frozen.
Well, yeah, but he's coming back. He's coming back for fucking what's his name? Oh God, Elian Gonzalez. That's right, because he needs to eat the Cuban child.
Holy shit! Wow! Whoa! There's a reference from my childhood. Holy shit!
Elian can stay.
But here, how do we wrap up? I feel like I've taken so much of your time.
Well,
yeah. So how do we end? What do we end? Do we end, or is this just like the Witch's Road and we just go round and round and round till someone finds my shoes?
My shoe. Oh. Now I have Eddie Murphy stuck in my head again. My shoe.
I'm gonna just keep putting glasses on.
Jeff, did you have anything else for tonight?
Yeah, Jeff.
Are you muted?
Oh yeah, I was muted. I'm like, Kevin, do you have anything?
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't heard you for a while.
I saw his lips moving, but nothing came out.
Like, what the hell? I'm like, whatever. Yeah, I got just a couple of things. I got a couple quick trailers, and we can bump on out of here. Let me get those shared. A couple of horror movies. One is a horror movie. One is a sci-fi movie. And in honor of Stargate this week, we are going to jump on over to Dean Devlin. he shared a trailer for a new show.
Oh, is it the Librarians? Please be the Librarians.
I don't think it's Librarians, but
Oh,
I haven't actually watched this all the way through. I saw he shared it, and it's very sci-fi. I kind of like scrolled through it. I didn't actually watch it, but thought we'd watch it together and see what we think.
So this is not Noah Wiley?
What's it feel like? I feel like I've been
Roland Emmerich.
What do you know about the world that you live in?
Sean Graves. Welcome to Lodge Door. I'm Dr. Walter. What makes you feel you need to see the future?
I think I love her.
That would do it.
She's worth going down that road,
This is going to be fun.
I want to see if she gets to be as fat as her mother.
I know that feeling.
Don't we all?
What's the point of going back and can't prop? You can't.
Peekaboo!
If you want everything to go back to the way it's supposed to be, look, don't touch it.
What?
Time Cop 2!
Yeah.
I'd watch it.
It feels like everything is just out of my control.
If you are not ready to talk about all the shit about us.
Is it supposed to be easy? Is it crazy I'm falling in love with you?
He's eating her
We
butt.
hurt each other.
Yo, you can handle this or would you blow it? Just gotta be some sort of test or something.
Let the past die.
One moment now changes a moment there. I'm not crazy, you were crazy. 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 I'm not crazy.
You crazy, bro.
You're fucking crazy.
I have no idea what that was about. Anybody? Anybody got anything?
I was gonna say, what do you guys get from that
Butterfly
trailer?
Effect 3?
Yeah, Time Cop 2. I like that. That's the best idea right there.
Well, and the premise is after undergoing an experimental time travel process that sends a man into his future, he investigates the man he has become by engaging in a romance with his future self's girlfriend. So it's a love triangle with himself.
Yeah.
Technically, it's not cheating, baby.
No.
Because it's the same girl. I don't know. It kind of looked interesting to me. So
Yeah, that's interesting.
And then to wrap us up, we do have a horror movie here. Steven Soderbergh is back. He's got...
Yes.
And I am looking forward to this because I like Steven Soderbergh, and I think this is going to be rad. So let's get this set up. And it's shot from the perspective of the evil force presence. So a little Evil Deadish, but for the whole movie.
That's what made it look interesting to me.
You don't get to see the monster.
You probably will in the mirror and stuff like that.
Oh, fuck me.
The monster
No,
is
you
us
can do that
all
yourself.
along, Kevin.
Yeah. It's more cerebral.
What's it like?
What's what like?
Following an old lady with fucking bowel. Anyway.
Had anybody die?
Scary.
Smells like someone died.
Paranormal Activity 9.
What goes on?
What do you mean?
It's almost the original Resident Evil video game camera views.
Like
yeah.
the world cracks apart. You fall into this hole.
That's what she said.
And the sides
Masturbate
are
so
mud,
loud.
and you can't get out.
I know what he's dreaming about.
You wonder where they are,
Why don't they slow down?
and you wonder what it would be like if you were there too.
Voyeurism.
California.
Yep.
LA.
It's a 5.5 right there.
Yep.
That's what I call a 12-pointer right there.
Better go post about it. See it before my friends do.
Yep.
Otherwise, they may
spoil it
not
for
know there was an
everybody.
earthquake.
Oh, David Kep. Oh,
Yeah. Oh my God, dude. Yeah. Holy shit.
Huh.
So Steven Soderbergh.
Yeah. Looks
I
good.
gotta say,
I
I'm
like
more
seeing
interested
him do
in
something
that.
a little more horror based.
Yeah. I'm more interested in that than the other one. I don't know. There's a
I think so too.
like I said, there's a commit. Like I said earlier, commit to the bit. If you're going to commit to something, commit to it all the way. And there's commitment in there that I will gladly
Soderbergh
watch.
does his own tune with things. Like I liked his Solaris. So
Yeah.
it's a
I actually
Clooney
had
film and I like it. So
I actually had one of Steven Soderbergh's collaborators on the show, Mike Malone. He was actually the set dresser for Tremors 1 and 2. And goddamn, like just learning about like some movies that he's done. Actually, I have to make a recommendation. Schizopolis. If you like Steven Soderbergh, Schizopolis as a movie is definitely, it would be up all of your guys' alley. Is like, what the fuck is this? But fantastic. So yes, that was oh my God, I did. That was a sweet little promo for my own show while also talking about Soderbergh.
awesome.
I am good at this. But no, that honestly, I didn't mind that. I know Kevin is gonna hate it, but you know what? We don't always have to agree.
Yeah.
Your face, Kevin. Your fucking
Just like
face.
fucking come on.
Is this an A24 movie or? Yeah.
Well, A24's got that 50-50 thing. You know, sometimes it's good, or sometimes it's great. Sometimes it's. I wish I didn't watch this. So hopefully this is on that great aspect.
I
You say
haven't
that,
watched
and my
the
wife and I are going
A24
through the
movie that I
Robert
like
Eggers
yet.
movies.
You like no A24 movies? Not
Not
even
yet.
Midsummer? Not even Hereditary? Although those are just Ari Aster films, but still. Wow, I'm out.
Hereditary is wild with the ending. Oh my God.
That movie ramps up in that last like 20 minutes. Holy shit. Yeah.
Like you wait the whole movie just for that.
I bet you if you look back in the family history, I'm sure the answer is there. Right?
I'm
No?
saying
yes.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a mental illness. None of us have mental illnesses. I don't know what you're talking
No.
about, Kevin.
No.
All of us are completely fine in the brain. Everything's A-okay.
We're responsible people.
I'm going on Twitter and I'm firing Kevin right now.
He's the
Kevin
worst. I'm
online
telling
site.
you, Kevin's coming in here. He doesn't know anything about movies, nothing about TV shows. You're fired. You're fired, Kevin. You're not gonna run. You're not gonna run Dead Wire anymore. You're done.
You
You're
don't
over.
know shit. You don't know shit. Go watch your
It's
stupid
huge.
YouTube channel show.
And now Kevin just froze. No. All right, Levi, thank you for joining us this week. If you want to let everybody know where they can find you and what you got coming up.
I am Levi Dylan Burzloff Lutt, so you can actually hear how my whole name is pronounced. And I am the Talking Tremors podcast. You can find it on YouTube or Spotify. You can go to @the Tremor Saga anywhere you find that. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, fucking anywhere. And yeah, I do have these shirts I will be going out and selling soon as merch and such. It's my first merch. I'm super excited.
Nice.
And so yeah, if you wanna find it, literally just type in Talking Tremors anywhere. Honestly, if you find someone talking about Tremors somewhere, odds are that I will sneak into the conversation and start talking about it with you too. So that's how that works.
Right on. Skeeter, what are you up to and where can people find you?
As Kevin heard, listening to really bad karaoke people. You
That's
don't
right.
even
I didn't
know.
actually listen to that one.
Oh, they're short snippets, but this
I'll check
guy
it out.
thinks he's amazing, and everyone just comes to see him, and it's just. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Just my trivia, music bingo, and now it's the winter season. Weddings are done. Now it's
Yes.
bar schedules, and I'll be here and there depending on what couple are getting back to me. I feel really bad. I was talking to one of our local breweries, and that just burnt down a couple weeks ago, and I was like,
Oh shit.
we're about to set up to go play there, and I was like, crap. So now I'm helping out the fundraiser in a couple weeks with that. So
There you go.
but yeah, you can find me anywhere. Skeeter on Sound for my music stuff on every social media platform. If you're into Yu-Gi-Oh, I do pack openings on Super Unlucky Skeeter the Common King on YouTube. So, Levi got excited about Yu-Gi-Oh.
Hey, I do like Yu-Gi-Oh, so that's fine. Yeah, I'm into that.
I am the worst at opening packs. I get a luck streak every now and then, and I'm like, holy shit, I got good cards in the next box set. Oh yeah, nothing. Yeah, that's
Nothing.
garbage.
Thanks for tuning in. I got nothing.
Yeah, very much. That's why it's called Super Unlucky. So the Common King, because I get all the common cards, and I do get a lot of people reach out. Like I got this huge common card collection shelf. That's about that high.
Okay.
And
We need a room tour.
big
Oh,
boxes.
geez.
So the shoebox sizes and
Fuck yeah.
and regular sleeves and triple sleeved, and it's like people get, you got this from about 8 years ago. And I'm like, well, let me look through it. And I'm like going through, oh yeah, here you go. And how many you got? And I'm like, well, how many you need? I got lots. You want 50? Oh no, I was thinking like 5. I'm like, 55? Okay. And they're like, no, just 5. I'm like, I'm trying to get rid of this crap. Like, no. I even got unopened, a huge shelving over here, just unopened cards. Just haven't had time, but now my winter schedule's back. I can start getting into it.
Yeah.
And Kevin?
Well, I'll be doing more. It's the winter. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lovely 43 degrees outside right now.
Yeah.
It's 79
Jeff missed
out
that,
now.
don't you? You missed that,
Yeah.
don't you, Jeff?
No.
Just made me cold thinking about
we
it.
we just missed a snowstorm on Halloween night. It was like 10
We
miles.
had one a few years ago in Waukesha. That was wild. And then Christmas, it was like so warm you could have a beer out on the patio, and we did.
Oh shit!
10 miles north, it started getting snow on the ground, and it went all the way up to till you hit up to Lake Superior.
Jeez.
Then it
mosquitoes
was
are fighting raccoons.
Don't make fun of my friends.
Just make fun of
squirrels and raccoons. We don't fuck with them on this show. Come on.
Raccoons are good. Fuck those squirrels.
Especially TikTok sensation ones.
Yeah.
Squirrel.
No, the only cool squirrel is the water skiing squirrel.
Rest in peace, Peanut.
Yeah.
All right, Kevin. Where can people find you at? What you up to?
Usually in the shower, crying, eating cookies.
You hate your life. I know.
Singing.
That's a storyline to American Beauty. What are you talking about?
Cookies in the shower? I had everything else down, but cookies, bro, not even with milk. Come on,
That's depressing.
I'll come to Wisconsin. We'll teach you about beer showers.
You just keep taking.
Oh no, that makes sense.
Shower beer,
I know what
yeah.
I was gonna say. I know what a shower beer is, but cookie, they just get soggy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the hell's wrong with
You
you?
lift the lid, eat the cookie, close the lid. You're good.
Yeah, but you can find
It's a
us
lot.
here on this YouTube channel every Tuesday afternoon on 0 Point Reviews, where we review different movies throughout the week. Every other Wednesday on Nostalgia TV, where we shut the fuck up, don't screw me up.
I don't know what he fucked up, but I love this already.
Whatever show you're watching now at 9 o'clock on Saturdays, it's kind of funny.
Come on, Kevin.
Wow.
You know you wanna.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everybody for tuning in to a very fun live stream. Thank you, Levi, for tuning in with us. And everybody on your way out, please hit that like button on the video down below. Also comment on any headlines we got. Got any thoughts or anything we didn't catch or cover on here? Put them down below so we can improve our content going forward. Also, hit that subscribe button on the way out and hit that little bell notification so you can stay tuned to all of our video content. And we will see you all on the next one.